Well, that was unusual.
Yes, it was.
I mean, that's very unusual to hear a song like that on this radio station and this radio program. So there must be a good,
Not a great reason.
but
On this day,
yeah,
Jermaine Jackson was born.
You know, father of Your Majesty.
It's not a good reason. But
no.
He's 63.
And
see,
it's okay to listen to that song because that was when Michael was being beaten by his father.
Yes.
And he was not himself abusing children.
No.
So it's okay to listen to that.
Now, we could have gone with Nikki Sixx. I was hoping for Nikki Sixx, maybe.
For Motley Crue.
For Motley Crue.
This is his birthday today.
Thanks, Kerry, for going with the
Did I?
Jackson.
Okay. I did good.
Thank you.
All
That's
right.
better than Motley Crue. I
It's
guess.
also Mos Def's birthday. We could have done some.
Well, I guess so. But
It's also Rita Moreno's birthday.
Oh, well, we could have done a little, what was it?
West Side Story?
West Side
West Side
Story.
Story, sure.
Yeah, we could have.
It's Terry Garr's birthday.
Terry Garr's birthday. Well, we could have.
No.
Brenda Lee's birthday. I guess we should have played
I'm
"Rocking Around the
sorry.
Christmas Tree"
So sorry.
because we would have knocked two out with "Rocking Around the Christmas Tree."
I was going to say,
And
Carrie, I hope you know that we're 2 weeks out of Christmas. I want some Christmas drops and Christmas. No? Why?
it's more on Gina.
Gina, with a liberal media elite.
That's right.
Have you spit on the tree this morning? You've got to
Come on,
spit on our
did you?
Christmas tree.
That's the
It's
first
the
thing
war
we do.
on Christmas. I walked right over there and spit on our spit tree.
You're not being a very good liberal media elite.
Come on.
But
on.
But I like the South Park Christmas Time in Hell song.
No. I haven't
We'll
done
see.
anything to prepare for Christmas. Zero. Nothing.
What about Merry Huggin' Christmas? What about...
Maybe. We'll see.
That's the War on Christmas song.
That is good.
Well, that's true. We could play
no,
that.
it's the opposite of the world because he's so adamant about
But
Christmas.
that's what I mean. That's
Huh? What? I don't know what either one of you mean
I know.
at that point. So, hi, how's it going? I had let's see. What kind of a weekend did I have? It was an interesting weekend, I guess.
I went to church twice.
What
You
the?
did?
2 masses.
Why?
Again?
I'm so...
You're so bad at being the liberal media elite. We're godless as well, you know.
Well, she went.
The hell?
Well, my kids had things, is why I
Oh,
went.
okay.
And I'm sure while you were there, didn't you curse God under your breath?
No, I did not.
No?
No. But I feel like I'm good for a while.
You know, and that is the thing about
I'm banking church.
that is the thing about people who you know, have religion in their lives and all that, and they go to church, you know, once or twice a year and think, well, okay, that's
I'm
good.
good. I'm set.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm a believer. I'm a good, strong. No. You really, again,
What?
if you're going to do it, get with the program.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a Catholic,
It's always been my
be
rule.
a Catholic.
I was born into the program, Bill. That's the easy way to go.
But you,
If I
but you don't.
converted, I'd have to be all in it. But
No,
I can
no.
be a casual Catholic because I was born into it.
Richie didn't convert. He's all in. You got to be all in with the program, and you have to check in with the Radio from Hell show. 877-602-9696 is the number to call. Check in with us. Tell us what you're doing, how you're doing, what you're doing, why you're doing it.
We have a prize today for someone who checks in.
877-602-9696. And what is that prize?
Monster Jam tickets. I
Nice.
believe it's in January, right, Richie? Will you find that out?
It's
for-
the
okay.
big monster truck event.
So you could re-gift these for Christmas.
Yeah.
Or you could go. It's
go,
fun.
yeah.
It's really fun. 877-602-9696. Check in with the Radio from Hell show. Be a part of the least popular feature we do on this show. Now you're out there driving around this morning on your way to work.
There's a little bit of that fog, frozen stuff on the road,
It must be up on the bench. Downtown, we're pretty clear.
and then there's the fog out that way.
Yeah, but we've got to, so get some good tires on your car.
Yes.
Big O tires, of course, what we're talking about. They are the team you trust. I always go to Big O when I need tires. I have for years, at least 20 years, I've been going to Big O. And it started when I went to a Big O tire store in New Mexico.
Oh, yeah, you were having a...
Don't drive clear to New Mexico, though. They're all over the Wasatch Front.
Yes.
And they're good everywhere you go. I go to the one on Highland. That's where I got my snow tires for my car.
And they're having a sale through December 17th. Get up to $70 rebate on Michelin and BF Goodrich tires. 0% financing available on purchases of $750 or more through December 31st. Big O, they want to be your tire store, so please let them be your tire store. Go to bigotires.com for coupons, rebates, and a store near you.
X96 is your home for non-stop music. We give you a 1-hour non-stop music wingding 3 times a day.
That's how desperate I am.
All right, now what?
This is Utah Word of the Day. That's
From what year? Do you have any idea?
94, I want to say.
94.
1994.
Okay.
Let's see. Here we go.
Today, we examine another group of words used by most Utahns called L words, or words that end in ELL.
Oh, yeah.
And to help you with today's lesson, each time an L word is used in the following dialogue, a bell will sound. Imagine, if you will, our two friends, LeVar and LeGrand, together in LeVar's trailer house. The TV is on. A conversation ensues. Again, these are L words.
I love this TV show.
Yeah.
I am so glad that someone is showing the reruns of McKell's Navy.
Me too. You know, I would just love to set sail with McKell myself. Hey, you remember the one when the wacky crew of PT Boat 73 tried to save that beached well?
Oh, yeah. They had a hard time because of this big storm.
Yeah.
Gale force winds and hell stones the size of golf balls.
Yeah.
But they saved that well anyway. McKell did not fell.
Well, no thanks to Gruber. Yeah, that was quite a tell, though. Hey, listen, give me some of them snacks, would you? I'm hungry.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
What?
Trell mix.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like this, LeGrand, but Trell mix makes me thirsty for just one thing.
You're not gonna be drinking beer in front of me, are you, LeVar?
Oh, no. I'm gonna have me a glass of L.
L is beer.
Yeah, but this is pretty mild. It's that Pell L from Squatters. It's so mild I can drink a whole bucket of it.
You'd get drunk if you drunk a whole Pell of Pell L. Then you'd get throwed in jail. And I'd have to bail you out. Oh, hey, looky here what I got in the mail. It's a flyer from Deseret Book. It says here that Dan Quell is coming to town to sign copies of his new book.
Boy, the liberals sure rode Bush and Quell out of Washington on a rel.
Sure did.
They fought tooth and nail, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Hey, I hear that this new book of his really lifts the veil of secrecy about Washington life and what really went on. You know, I'd like to see him. What Deseret Book is he at?
Well, the one by that big jewelry store.
Big jewelry store. You mean Morgan's Jewelers?
Nope. Zell's.
There you go.
That's back when we had this theory that we would beat you over the head with comedy. You know, the way to get you to laugh was to beat you over the head with comedy.
Why didn't we ever learn to edit?
I don't know.
That's what I want to know. Also, now you were shouting, "This sucks."
Mm-hmm.
I gotta tell you though, out of all of the Utah Word of the Days, that was the best one.
It was one of the
Really?
Yeah, that was one of the better ones.
In my opinion, I think that was the best one. Whenever someone says, "What's the quintessential episode?" I say that one.
I still like Lard Dorothy. That's a gorgeous orange.
I
Gargoyles
like
Iron
I like
Farm.
talking to the talking to the manager of the store about the manger scene.
Yeah.
The crash, the manger scene. The manger. I need to speak to the manager about the manger scene.
God. Beat you over the head is
Yep.
right. Even I was getting bored. Sorry, folks. Yeah, that's why we don't do sketches anymore, all right? Anyway.
Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
Do you have your Alpine plastic surgery pen handy?
I don't.
You don't?
I have my Marriott pen.
Oh, because I know you have the address
Let me
right
get it.
on there.
I've got the no, I don't have the address. I don't think
Well, it's at the Ogden Regional Medical Center.
Alpine Plastic Surgery. And yeah, the address is not on the copy. Isn't that weird?
It's right here.
But you can go to alpineplasticsurgery.com.
Yes.
What's the address?
5405 South Adams Avenue Parkway.
Yeah. So Dr. Randall Barnett up at Alpine Plastic Surgery, great plastic surgeon.
Board
And-
certified, not just great.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he studied his medical degree to do. He got his, he became an MD, and then he went on to plastic
Specialized
surgery.
in
Special. And he does breast augmentation, of course, and
Plasty.
tummy tucks.
Yeah. No, we ran into a friend of the program when we were up in Ogden last week who said, my wife went to Alpine Plastic Surgery, and he had before and after pictures of her. She had this huge weight loss and needed kind of to be, put back together after.
Had
and
some
she
tightening.
she looked great.
So Alpine Plastic Surgery, give them a call for a free consultation. The phone number is 801-689-3500. All right, now let's officially begin the program.
Brought to you by Hoops Vision. Call today for your free LASIK consultation. It's your life. See it better. Take control. Make the call today, 877-30-LASIK, or go to hoopsvision.com.
The moon is a waning crescent moon, 37.3% of full. The moon will set today at 1:42 p.m., today being Monday. It's the 11th day of December in the year of our Lord 2017, and this is North America's most patronizing radio broadcast. It's the Radio from Hell show starring the Lords of Morning Radio. It's Kerry Jackson. It's me, Bill Allred. It's her, Gina Marie Barberi. The senior executive producer of the show is Richard Thomas Stedman. And Dylan Allred, no relation, producing video for the show that you can see at x96.com/live. And Nick's your buddy, Nick's your pal, is here helping out. And today is National Noodle Ring Day.
Noodle ring?
Nobody
like
seems to know.
SpaghettiOs?
I guess nobody in on this website that I go to, they don't seem to really know what that means. But so just enjoy your fill of noodle rings today, if you can. SpaghettiOs or whatever. All right. That's it.
We have a prize for check-in. I random checker inner. Monster Jam Triple Threat Series coming to Vivint Smart Home Arena January 5th and 6th. The biggest, boldest head-to-head competition featuring Monster Jam trucks, speedsters, ATVs. Opening night tickets start at just $15. Monster Jam.
All right.
People are actually calling to check in.
I know, right?
They want the Monster Jam.
Let's begin with Armando.
Good morning, Armando.
Buenos dias. Hi, guys.
Hi. Oh, hello. So what's up with you today?
Just pulled into work.
Where are you going? Where do you work?
I work, I'm an account manager for a phone protection company.
A phone protection company.
Phones need protecting. There is no doubt
Phones
about
need
that.
protecting.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I just
Armando.
wanted to say...
Yes?
Oh.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, I just wanted to say that I'm very proud of myself. I changed a light fixture this weekend, and I didn't have any issues. So that was really good. It never happened.
Good for you. Let's all give Armando a hand.
Well done, Armando. Well done.
It's the small victories. It's the small victories that get us through life.
I don't mess with electricity or water. I just,
Yeah. Well, Armando, congratulations, and I hope you were the person who won the Monster Jam tickets.
I did. Thank you.
Oh, good.
Okay, good.
Way to go, Armando.
Thanks for calling us. Bye.
Let's go to Boise Eli.
Good morning.
Good morning, Lords. How are we doing today?
Fine. How are things in Boise?
They are cold.
Yeah, Boise. What is
Boise?
What does it mean? I think it means woods.
Is that what Boise means?
I think.
I'll look.
You don't know?
I've only lived up here for a couple months, so I don't know anything.
And why did you get pulled up there?
It means wooded, Bill. You were very close.
Wooded.
Why did you move up there, Eli?
Well, I was 21 years old, and I was sitting in my parents' basement, and I just realized it was time to make my way out here.
Good boy.
So you're sitting in a basement in Boise?
No, I'm actually at work right now.
Oh, good. You got a job. That's great. What do you do?
I'm a cook at Maverick right now.
A cook. So that's good. The Maverick they do really actually for that kind of food really nice stuff. They bake their own bread and all of that, right?
Oh yeah, we bake our own bread.
Yeah,
we got in-house cinnamon rolls that are homemade every day.
Ooh. Yeah,
burritos, all sorts of good stuff.
I'm coming up there, Eli.
Yeah, we have Maverick here, Bill. You don't need to go to Boise.
No, those Mavericks aren't worth it. You got to come see me, Bill.
Yeah. All right, Eli. Thanks for checking in.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Have a good Monday.
You
See
too.
All right. Tammy is checking in. Hello, Tammy.
Hi, guys. I'm actually not on my way to work. I was just, when you guys asked for people to check in, I was on my way home from the first job.
Oh.
So now I'm going to rest for about an hour before I have to get ready and go to the second job.
Oh, Tammy, that's a hard schedule.
Tammy, what are those two jobs?
First one, I work part-time at UPS early in the mornings.
Mm-hmm.
And this time of year, it's insane how early we start, obviously.
Yes, yeah.
And then my second job, I'm a teacher assistant.
Tammy, you are our nicest listener. Sounds like you also have a cold.
I do. I'm fighting off a cold.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well,
try to get some rest somewhere.
Yeah, get a little rest if you can. And we love you.
Thank you.
All right, see you later.
Tammy.
Happy Monday. Bye.
Bye-bye. Ben is checking in.
Ben,
Hello, Ben.
What's up with you, Ben?
Hey, my name's Ben. I'm just on my way to work, just checking in. I work at a grocery store.
Doing what, Ben?
And I do a little bit of everything. I do self-checkout. I do customer service. I do a little bit of everything there.
Do you do loss prevention?
No, I don't do loss prevention, but I do help with loss prevention.
Yeah. I think that'd be a fun job, loss prevention. You know, where you can you dress like a shopper.
A secret shopper.
And then you just kind of wander around the store and look for people stealing stuff.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they do?
That's exactly what they do, and we catch them all the time.
Yeah, just be aware. Some of those shoppers that you're shopping with may not be really shoppers. So,
all right, Ben.
Exactly, and most people still at the self-checkout, so that's where we get them a lot.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah. All right, Ben.
All right, Ben.
Sneaky there.
Yeah, thanks for checking in.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hey, you're scanning all your own items, and maybe you forget to scan.
Yeah, just throw
one
that
or
one in the
two
bag.
things.
Yeah, throw that one in the bag.
Adrian.
Adrian.
Checking in.
What's up?
It is too cold.
Yes, it is.
I want to go back to Curacao where I've been for 16 days.
Wow.
What were you doing there?
Just vacation, just enjoying life.
That's nice. Did
Fun,
you go with a loved one?
Yes.
And
with my wife.
Well, okay, good. Well, that counts.
That counts as a loved one.
And was this an expensive vacation? It sounds expensive.
Curacao is it's expensive to get to, but it's not too expensive to stay there once you're there.
I can't even picture in my mind where that is.
It's about 40 miles off of the northern coast of Venezuela.
Oh, okay.
All right. Thanks for checking in. Sorry you're back.
Dutch Island.
Okay. Thank you.
It is. Oh, okay.
Well,
Thank you.
Thanks for checking in.
All right. See you, Adrian. Let's see. We got Chicken Rob checking in. Text Cindy. Fog gets a bit worse leaving downtown going south. I'm having some pain now. Not doing any percent today. Have an awesome show. Tim the Tree Guy.
Oh, our friend Molly Mormon?
Yes.
Checking in from New York City.
Oh.
Staying in Times Square, there was an explosion a few blocks away. We're okay.
Yes, Aaron from New York is also checking in, talking about the explosion.
Yeah, we'll find out as many details as we can about that in the news coming up.
Ogden shut in. Smelly Kelly checking in.
Don't.
Teacher Emily checking in. Les the hairstylist. Hamburg, friend of the program.
Germany?
Yes.
German.
And London, friend of the program. It's been snowing in London on and off all the last couple of days. No one knows what the hell to do.
Yeah.
You know, we were watching Premier League over the weekend and snowing during.
It has been 2 years. Been 2 years since we've seen snow this far south in England. He says. Interesting.
All
right.
Let's get on with it then.
Okay, let's go. Got big boy news coming up.
Yeah, we'll find out details if we can about that explosion in New York.
And very important sports.
That's right.
Is on the way.
Edward K. Brass will be here. Mr. Amy Donaldson.
Yes, all that and more. Stand by. Proflowers.com. Here's what you do.
Okay.
You can't be with loved ones for the holidays, right? You just can't make it.
Mm-hmm.
Send them one of these miniature Christmas trees that they have.
Especially if they live in like an apartment or something.
Yeah,
they can't
perfect.
maybe have a whole big tree.
The classic mini Christmas tree comes with lights and ornaments. It's really cool. I got one year for myself because we weren't putting up trees. I said, that would be kind of fun, and it's really cool. Also, the candy cane roses, which I currently have on my shelf. Very, very nice. Perfect time for the holidays to be giving these sort of gifts. It's not the same old traditional gift. It's something interesting, something different, something new. No matter what you choose, though, you're going to get 20% off any ProFlowers bouquet or plant. They do plants as well.
Nice.
Of $29 or more if you go to proflowers.com and use the code X96 at checkout. 20% off all bouquets of $29 or more this holiday season. Proflowers.com. Use the code X96 at checkout. Proflowers.com, X96. Oh, traffic, yes.
Yeah, just quickly, there's not a lot of accidents so far, but we want to warn you about the fog. There is one report of a rollover crash Bangor Highway near the I-80 airport. Use caution. Fog is laying down ice, so not only is visibility low, but it makes the roads slick. So if you see anything and it's safe to let us know, Text it to us 33986. Brought to you by John Watson Chevrolet in Ogden, 3535 Wall Avenue. Drop off all your road home donations all month long at John Watson Chevrolet.
John Smith kicks off a 1-hour non-stop music wingding at the conclusion of Radio from Hell on X96.
Now, speaking of dramatic interpretations, no way.
Thespians.
What you guys do there is not really that at all, is it?
It's dramatic.
They're putting on a show.
Yeah, we're putting on a show.
They found some old costumes in a trunk.
And they're going to save the school. Or the church or whatever. Hey.
Last night at the theater doing my show, Spirit of the Holidays.
Plug the theater.
At the Desert Star.
Yeah, plug it.
Plays until New Year's. A friend of the program came to the show and brought her family. She had actually just previously been. She went and grabbed herself a best of CD and then decided to come.
So a real
and
friend
watch
of the
show.
program.
Yeah, a due friend of the program. And then came to the show. I said I knew that she was going to be there. She was there with her husband. I said, "Well, stick around afterwards. I'll say hello, see what you thought of the show." Mm-hmm. And afterwards, we were talking, and her mother tried to adopt me.
Huh?
From what I understand, because we talk about how my family is trying to push me out
of
the
you're
house.
a big
Very
kid
much
now.
So, 26 years old,
It's
you have
time
the
to have your
college
own-
degree, you don't clean your room, it's time to get out. A woman, the mother of this friend of the program, offered to adopt me last night. You can put a lock on your door, Richie. I've got the whole basement to yourself.
You're considering this, aren't you?
I started the application process last night.
Yeah, why don't you go sponge off someone else?
Your
It's not
family's tired.
sponging.
Well, what do you call it?
Well, what do you give them in return?
A show? Do you
I can
dance and sing and perform
I
for
sing
them?
in the shower, and that carries throughout the house, and I'm good at lawn mowing. That doesn't do any well in the
No.
I can shovel snow.
You never have time to do any of
I
these
can do any of
things.
that stuff, but they offered, and so I'm seriously considering, because it's over in Sugar House,
You are seriously considering.
moving in. Maybe not on a permanent basis, but becoming a resident of this home for
This
like a
will
month.
end badly.
This is a little creepy, Richie.
Someone just.
You mean this isn't like when Fonzie moved in with the Cunninghams?
That's what he's thinking. That's what
Yeah.
he's thinking.
You mean it's not like that at all?
Hey, Mr. and Mrs. C.
Because that never happens. I'm sorry, Richie.
I don't need much.
It is a little weird.
You know what we really need is a few episodes of Happy Days done by squirrels. Wouldn't that be?
Oh,
Just to go back to that for a second.
that would be awesome.
Sit on it.
Yeah.
I'm convinced though
Yeah.
that I could move out, not have a place, and find places to stay.
Oh, I'm convinced.
Yeah,
Well, you do it. You do it anyway.
Well, no, but I mean, I could move out of mom's, move out of
Sure.
dad's,
Yeah.
and I'm seriously considering
just-
that come the first of the
Just
year,
rotate around.
and just
You'd be
go
living
around.
out of your car is what you'd be doing.
which is no different than what I'm doing at this point. Really, if you've seen my car,
Yeah.
yeah.
I said something to Richie the other day. I said, "Why don't we go in your car?" And he said, "Because there's only room for the driver."
Barry, Radio from Hell on X96.
It's 6:34. Very important sports coming up in about 10 minutes. But first, big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by.
This holiday season, dine, drink, and shop local. Visit Central 9th District, featuring Mediterranean Small Plates and Wine Bar, Lizzie's Kitchen Middle Eastern Food, Blue Copper Coffee, Troubadour Salon, Waterwitch Cocktails, and Jade Market Grocers. Just a few steps from the 9th South Track Station.
This is a report on the explosion in New York from CNN. Police responding to reports of a possible explosion near the Port Authority bus terminal at 42nd Street and 8th Avenue. That's according to New York Police Department Sergeant Brendan Ryan. The A, the C, and the E subway lines were being evacuated. One person is in custody, according to two New York Police Department sources. Francisco Ramirez said he heard two explosions as he was exiting a bus at about 7:45 in the morning Eastern Time. He heard both blasts, so there were two, I guess, distinctly, even though he was wearing headphones. From what I saw, it sounded like it came from the subway, but I'm just guessing. It was two distinct explosions, seconds from each other. As I was making my way outside, I kept getting shoved by cops, and there were cops at every entrance blocking, and there were police and SWAT teams everywhere. It was very scary, a lot of chaos. I didn't see any injuries, he said. And I guess that's all the details I've looked here, and I haven't seen anything newer than that.
Find anything else?
Other than apparently the far right is already beginning to activate over those explosions.
Of course they are.
They're starting to speculate and make it's the radicals are doing it.
Yes, the fear keeps them in power.
Yeah, so.
Nothing much more to report.
Really the only details at this point. So, Gina, here's a story for you.
Thank you.
A dismembered...
Yeah, just right out the gate, dismembered.
No, you like that, I know. A dismembered foot washed ashore inside of a shoe on a beach in British Columbia this week. The 13th such discovery on the same stretch of coast over the last 10 years.
Yep.
The mysterious extremity...
Are they playing the Warped Tour's final
Hi,
run?
folks, we're Mysterious Extremity! Mysterious Extremity was reportedly found by a man who was walking with his dog. Our early analysis suggests that these are human remains, and we will do further investigation and testing, said Andy Watson, spokesman for the British Columbia Coroner's Service. The Coroner's Service says the 12 feet... Wow, that's almost... 12 feet is almost...
You were trying to make a distance joke.
Yeah, it's not a yard, though. It's... Anyway, the 12 feet found earlier are all belong to humans. So that's been confirmed.
And inside shoes.
8 of them have been identified.
Really?
Yeah. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police and the Coroner Service are trying to identify the foot, the cause of death, whether it matches any records for missing persons. It is unclear why dismembered feet keep turning up. I will speculate. Do you have a speculation why this happens?
Well, yeah, there's clearly a serial killer out there that his mark is cutting the feet off and throwing them in the river. Or
it is some sort of a crimes thing, a mob, a gang, an organized crime. That's the message they send. You mess with us, you lose your foot.
It's the Canadian Foot Gang.
Yeah. Utah firefighters are helping fight the California fires. About 80 firefighters on Sunday continued to battle several blazes ravaging California that forced hundreds of thousands of people to evacuate. 78 firefighters from 16 agencies in northern Utah, from Layton to Provo, left on Thursday to go fight those fires. They're still going unabated. There seems to be also no end in sight, according to the governor of California, Moonbeam Brown.
Jerry Brown.
Jerry Moonbeam Brown.
Wears turtlenecks. What's up with that?
And he's a hippie. It's because of his waddle.
Oh, that's unfortunate. No wonder Linda Ronstadt left him.
Yeah. So the deal is, Jerry Brown said, this is pretty much what we have to contend with in California all year now.
Yeah.
It's almost all year as fire
There's
season.
not a fire, yeah.
Yeah. Now you'll like this story. A uranium company launched a concerted lobbying campaign to scale back the Bears Ears National Monument, saying such action would give it easier access to the area's uranium deposits and help it operate a nearby processing mill, according to documents obtained by the Washington Post.
We must all be Republicans.
Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke and top Utah Republicans have said repeatedly that questions of mining and drilling played no role in President Trump's announcement that he was cutting the site by more than 1.1 million acres, or 85%. Trump also signed the proclamation cutting the Grand Staircase, Escalante National Monument. It's not about energy, Zinke said. There is no mine within Bears Ears yet, is what he forgot to add.
There's stuff there we want to mine.
Now, I listened to a very good program on KCPW on Sunday. It's really good. I think it's on at 10 o'clock. It's called Behind the Headlines. And it's reporters from the Salt Lake Tribune, I think mainly just the Salt Lake Tribune, who get together and talk about stories in depth. Mm-hmm. And they went, and if there's a rebroadcast of that program, you should listen to it. For an hour, they talked about what really happened with this Bears Ears deal and how every single step of the way Utah politicians, national politicians lie to us. Mm-hmm. They lie to us repeatedly.
Yep.
There was a site set up that people could make comments,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and they could, I forget what it was, something.gov. Overwhelming number of people said, keep Bears Ears the way it is. We support Bears Ears. The Native American tribes all said, we want this. But Utah politicians and national politicians will say, you know, not all of the Native people are for this, and there's a sizable majority who want it cut down. And they lie about what goes. They lie about saying, you know, if you have this monument, you're not going to be able to ride your horses there anymore. You're not going to be able to cut wood there anymore. None of that is true. It's all a pack of lies. And when our governor stands up there and said, thank you for listening to the voice of the people, not true. It's all a damned lie. In other news, nuclear destruction is just one impulsive.
Do we have good news?
Is just one impulsive tantrum away. The winners of the 2017 Nobel Peace Prize have warned countries that possess nuclear weapons to eliminate them or risk mutual destruction. That stark warning came yesterday as this year's Peace Prize was presented in a ceremony in Oslo, Norway, to the international campaign to abolish nuclear weapons. Heed our warning and know your actions are consequential. You are each an integral part of the system of violence that threatens mankind, said Setsuko Thurlow, who is a Hiroshima survivor and a member of this nuclear anti-nuclear group. Okay, you want some good news?
Please.
How much time do we have here?
Oh, you got about a minute or two.
I want to talk about this maybe more in depth, but this video that's gone viral.
Oh, yeah.
Of this kid being bullied, and he's in a car, with his mom is recording him.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee woman's video of her tearful son recounting being bullied at middle school. It's prompted a wave of support from athletes and entertainers. Everybody's going.
All the Avengers have gotten together.
Oh, yeah. It is a, Kimberly Jones said she just picked her son Keaton up from school, and he was too afraid to go to lunch.
Aww.
And so he's talking into the camera, and it is very compelling. And he's a pretty articulate kid, but he's crying, and
he's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
And he's saying hopefully someday they'll learn what they're doing is wrong. I mean,
but you know what I wondered about all of that? His mother is videotaping him, and she's asking him questions like she's a news reporter, very calm, asking him questions about this. As a mother, don't you put down the damn camera and comfort your son?
Well, here's my thought, though. I'm sure this isn't the first time he's told her these
that
things.
occurred to me.
And she
That did occur to me.
If it's the first time
And
your
she's-
kid's telling you those things, you don't pick up the phone and do it. She's documenting
She's
it
trying
because
to document.
it's a problem. It's an ongoing problem with this kid.
Yeah,
And
that did occur to me. But it also, I'm thinking, why don't you just give him just hug him and hold him? God, he's really distressed. Anyway, that was the happy part of the news.
That was? Because the Avengers are
Yeah.
getting together
Yeah.
and inviting him to the premiere, and Mark Hamill has stepped up and said, "Come see Star Wars with me." And
And I'm getting really tired of hearing people talking about Roy Moore being a pedophile and sexually assaulting younger women 30 years ago. I don't care. That's not, you know what? If you took that out of the equation, he's still an ass. He's an asshat.
Any way you
He
look
said in 2011, let's get rid of all the amendments after the 10th Amendment.
Yeah.
That'd eliminate a lot of problems. You know, this country was great back when slavery was.
Yeah.
Who would vote for that?
Lots of people in Alabama. So that was
That's the happy part.
All right. Weather, traffic, and then we'll get to very important sports.
I can't help you out with the happy because
With the weather?
It's gross. 41 for a high. Weather brought to you by get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org. You want traffic here?
Sure.
A rollover crash Bangor Highway near the I-80 airport area. Now, it's foggy there, and not only does that create low visibility, but it makes the roads icy.
Yes.
So when you're headed into fog, slow down for those two reasons. I'm not hearing of any other accidents being reported. But if you see one, you can text us 33986. If you've seen one too many nutcrackers, Odyssey Dance Theater presents the holiday dance classic, The Redux Nutcracker. Go to odysseydance.com for ticket and show details.
Oh, you know, there is a bit of happy news. The percentage of Americans identifying as Republican has dropped since Donald Trump won. The biggest dip is among white women, according to a Gallup survey. So there's a happy note.
Very important sports brought to you by the Downtown Winter Market, open Saturdays at Rio Grande Depot, 3rd South Rio Grande, featuring late harvest vegetables, the region's best grass-fed meats, dairy, honey, eggs, and baked goods. Details at slcfarmersmarket.org.
Well, here he is, looking dapper as ever. He's probably, if you ask him, what are you doing today? He'd say, I got court.
I got court.
It's
about right.
It's Edward.
That's about right.
Yeah, it's Edward K. Brass, or also known as Mr. Amy Donaldson. Your wife, Amy, is off doing good works, good deeds, and
For the second time this year.
Yeah, being a humanitarian and also reporting for the Deseret News about the situation in Puerto Rico.
Where FEMA has done a wonderful job of not putting the country back together, no matter what you might have heard from politicians.
Doing a heck of a job, Brownie.
Yeah.
Still no. People are still without power, and it's just
no power, no roofs.
Yeah.
You know, people that are hospitalized haven't had power in 3 months.
Yeah. Terrible.
You know, it's a great situation.
Yeah. So follow Amy Donaldson on Twitter. It's at ADON. ADON Sports is what it is. Follow her on Twitter and look at her stuff in the Deseret News. So, sports.
This is the happy part of the news.
Okay.
This is the Kramis edition of Very Important Sports,
yes.
where we crush our listeners, drive them before us, and hear the lamentation of the advertisers. Just like a day in court, as you pointed out.
Got court.
For Pittsburgh listener Mauricio Paez and San Antonio listener Raul Montemayor, there is no Formula One news. There's not another race until March 25th, when the Australian Grand Prix will be held on the Fury Road course. There were, however, 2 inches of snow in San Antonio this weekend,
Yeah.
1,500 miles south of Salt Lake,
Wow.
where there is no snow, but there is a beautiful 3-pack unfiltered Camel's Day in progress outside. Climate 7, human 0. In football, in the Premier League, where real men play in real snow, Manchester United lost to Manchester City 2-1. At the table right now is Manchester City, number 1. In second place, Manchester United, -11. Chelsea, -14. Liverpool, -16.
I don't know what that means.
And Arsenal, -17. That's how far behind they are, Man
Oh,
City.
I see.
It's over.
Okay.
It's
over.
December, and it's basically over. In the relegation zone, West Ham, Swansea, and Crystal Palace. In La Liga, Barcelona, Valencia, Atletico Madrid, and Real Madrid. And in Bill's favorite, the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
Bayern Munich, RB Leipzig, Schalke, and Gladbach.
Just fun to say.
The Major League Soccer Championship was this weekend. Toronto FC 2, Seattle Sounders 0. In a Harry Dean Stanton Avenge Me Boys final, Toronto reversed last year's loss, most points in an MLS season. In an exhibition game, Giza Impact from the East Side 4, European giant Paris Saint-Germain 7. There was a heroic 17-save performance by Mohamed Jones.
This is all kind of like a foreign language.
This is real sports. This is what matters. In college football, as we await the classic Zaxby Bowl matchup between the University of Utah and the West Virginia Black Lungers, which is the day after Promise, college football lives anyway. Army beat Navy 14-13. That's Army's second straight win after 14 straight losses. Navy missed a field goal on the final play in the snow. I'll point out that Navy leads the series 60-51-7. And that very important sports father was a World War II Navy vet.
Really?
So, there you go, Dan Padgett. 2, Weber State. Ahead of number 1 James Madison late in the fourth quarter, 28-20. He gave up a late touchdown on a pass, a 2-point conversion.
They had that game.
They had the game.
And then they...
And a last-second field goal. I think it was the kid's longest field goal in his career, and they lost 31-28. James Madison is the number 1 ranked team in that division and was undefeated. Weber had a great season, 2 playoff wins, finished 11-3. Baker Mayfield, the Oklahoma quarterback, former walk-on, and General Scum, won the Heisman Trophy, which he stole from the People's Choice J.T. Barrett, the Ohio State quarterback.
Oh, I was going to say, who does J.T. Barrett play for?
Bryce Love from Stanford finished second.
Is Barrett really, really great?
He's really great.
Yeah.
He's the best Ohio State
And
quarterback ever. He's
I
the
wanted
Big Ten
Bryce-
record holder.
I wanted Bryce Love to. I thought.
I
he's-
think the
seems
problem,
like a good guy.
honestly, the problem with that is that he plays out here in the West, and people in the East and Midwest don't see those games. When they start those games at 8:30 Mountain Time, it's 10:30 in the East. Nobody stays up and watches those
I just
except
like
gamblers.
him because he's good and he
Who's
seems
the-
like a
who's-
good
now,
guy.
Who does he play for?
Stanford.
Okay, but that's probably true. But why don't people lobby for them and promote them and send people clips?
They do that, but they have to see the games. And that's what matters. And the bulk of the voters are back there, and so they vote for a bum.
A bum.
Yeah. Anyway, the college basketball Beehive Classic at the Essential Oils Arena down the street. Utah beat Utah State 77-67. BYU beat Weber State 74-68. Weber was without 2 injured starters.
Yeah, they could have won that.
They could have.
Yeah.
With their starters, they probably would have.
You suck at basketball.
When BYU entered the arena, the fans of the other 3 teams booed them. In the NBA, exactly. The Jazz lost to the Milwaukee Bucks 117-100. Donovan Mitchell, who's worth watching, 12 points. Next 5 games are on the road, beginning with Chicago on Wednesday. Major League Baseball, right here, BIS is going to predict that the Yankees win the World Series.
Wow.
They're about to sign Giancarlo Stanton from the Miami Marlins, who's a power home run hitter. He's going to be matched up with Aaron Judge, who was the Rookie of the Year. That's going to give them the title.
Did you see this story about this Japanese player who I'm not sure who he signed with? He's a pitcher and a power hitter.
Yes, he's supposed to be the modern day equivalent of Babe Ruth, who was both of those.
Yeah. Who did he sign with? Do you
I
remember?
don't know. I don't know about that, but I think he was still up for grabs. In pro wrestling, Wrestling Kingdom 12 from New Japan Pro Wrestling, Naito versus Okada heavyweights on January 4th of 2018. In the NFL, here's more good happy news. Ryan Shazier, the former Buckeye and Steeler linebacker, they're not releasing much information about his injury, which leads me to believe he might be paralyzed. Carson Wentz, the Eagles quarterback.
Geez, that's too bad.
Yeah, second-year guy was on a most valuable player streak. Tore up his knee yesterday. He's out for the rest of the year.
And he's been really good.
Really
this year.
good. Marcus Mariota has a knee injury as well, of undiagnosed significance at this point in time. Tennessee's quarterback, he may be gone for the rest of the year. But in really happy news, the Cleveland Browns, my team, 0-13.
Yeah!
Way to go, Browns. The winners yesterday were the Packers, Cowboys, Panthers, 49ers, Cardinals, Chargers. They're going to win the West. Bills, Bears, Chiefs, Lions, Broncos, Falcons, Philadelphia, the Jaguars, and Pittsburgh. Very important sports prediction that it would be Minnesota and the Raiders in the Super Bowl update. Minnesota's in first place. The Raiders are in third place, but only out by a game.
Just to go back to Cleveland for a minute, I can't remember who the player is, but there's some really hot, like, junior player that was thinking about leaving school early, and he said, I'm not, because I will go to the Browns, and I don't want to go to the Browns, so I'll stay in school another year.
And their coach has been quoted as saying that they have the first and the fifth pick in the draft, about trading down. I don't know. What can I say?
By the way, that pitcher, that Japanese pitcher hitter, he did sign with the Angels.
Okay. The Angels will be better as a result. And finally, this. Hello, friend. Very important sports urges you to stop worrying about the political situation for at least a week and do something for someone else who's less fortunate than you are. Not just donate money, but do something hands-on. You can join very important sports on Christmas Day at 6 o'clock in the morning if you want to give up with the Salt Lake City mission, handing out meals to homeless people. It's very rewarding. Just do something for someone else. And always remember this, it is Balloon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr.
Mr. Happy.
Mr. Happy, Amy Donaldson.
With the happy news. Oh, yes.
Edward K. Brass now.
The immigrant song. Who's that old guy in the picture? Oh my gosh.
I got court.
I got court all over the place.
You got court, and you got fog, very thick fog. Friends of the program saying West Haven, West Ogden, it's less than 50 feet, I'm guessing.
50 feet visibility, yeah.
And that fog, when you happen upon it, don't only slow down because you can't see. The fog is creating a layer of ice on the roads. Crash northbound Bangerter Highway, North Temple. This is the airport I-80 junction. It was a rollover crash due to this fog and ice situation. So please, please, please give yourself some extra time this morning. Snow is coming, and your car or truck should be equipped for it now. Snow tires at Big O start at just $39.95. New wipers are a good idea as well. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
All right, so we got round one of your boner voting coming up. Stand by for that. First, got to tell you about OmahaSteaks.com. The gift of meat.
Yes!
Shows you really care is what I say.
Give me a box of meat!
Now, I've given this as gifts, but you know what? If you just bought it for yourself, this is a hell of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you
load up your freezer and feed your family for the winter.
You're going to feed your family for quite a while off of this. This is a great deal. $49.99. You can get the family gift pack when you go to omahasteaks.com and go on their website search bar and search their website for X96. That's how you get this 75% off deal. And like I said, you're going to feed your family for quite a while with this. Here's what you get for $49.99. There is shipping, but this is what you get. 2 filet mignons, 2 top sirloins, 2 boneless pork chops, 4 boneless chicken breasts, 4 kielbasa sausages, 4 burgers, 4 potatoes au gratin. And I say it that way because I don't like saying au gratin.
Au gratin.
It doesn't sound right. 4 caramel apple tartlets, 1 Omaha Steak seasoning packet, and because you searched X96 on their website, you're going to get 4 additional kielbasa sausages for free. So go to omahasteaks.com and enter the code X96 in their search bar to get this 75% savings. X96 invites you to help people experiencing homelessness this holiday season. Tonight, almost 3,000 people, including 800 children, will be safe and warm in the Road Homes emergency shelters or housing programs.
Drop off blankets, coats, boots, hats, and gloves at any Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer and join us on December 20th and 21st as we do our annual broadcast from the Road Home. X96 will broadcast live for 2 days from the Road Home's Salt Lake Community Shelter to raise funds to provide shelter, supportive services, and housing all year long.
Go to x96.com for Rocky Mountain Chevrolet dealership donation locations or make a cash donation. Help Utahns get back on the road to their own home.
They say no heroes are.
So weird.
What?
I took the garbage out last night about 5 o'clock, right? This morning, I'm backing out to come to work.
Okay.
And one of my cans is tipped over and open, and the other one is still up but open.
Mine too. I stopped in the driveway this morning. I'm pulling out of the driveway, and one of my cans was
Okay.
knocked over. The other one moved.
Gets weirder. Did you notice the rest of your neighborhood?
I did not.
I drove up my street because I thought I saw, but I couldn't quite tell. It looked like others had this happen.
Are you guys unfamiliar with wind? It was really windy last night.
It was?
Is this
It was?
Is this
I didn't
new
know.
and unusual?
When was it really windy?
It's not been any more windy than
No,
usual.
it was really windy
It
last
wasn't.
night.
It wasn't
Well.
windy when the cans went out.
Well,
were put
Well,
out.
that
Was
was
it
last-
windy after I went to bed?
Yes.
Oh,
I didn't
hear
get
it.
home
I
last
didn't-
night until almost 10 o'clock.
Oh,
and
So
it
what,
was
There
okay,
you go.
so
I
we
was-
were asleep.
Just
I
think
was-
it's funny.
So what do you think
My
it's-
cans were
Well, it was
tipped
weird.
over. What?
But what?
Wouldn't your first thought be? I wonder if the wind blew my cans.
No,
over?
that
I
was
didn't
my
think
first.
that- I
That was
didn't
my
think that
first
at
thought
all.
until I saw everyone else's, and I'm like,
I didn't think that at all.
because again, it wasn't. I woke up at about midnight to pee, and the wind was blowing, but it didn't. It wasn't blowing any more than usual.
There were gusts.
Yeah, well, I didn't hear any of that, and no, I didn't think that. I just thought, I wonder
You-
why
you
the
think
garbage can is knocked over.
You immediately go to conspiracy, not
I
wind.
went to
No, I didn't go to conspiracy. I went to somebody backed into my can and knocked it over. That's what I thought.
I went to raccoons. That was my first thought.
I also thought of raccoon. Could have been
It was
raccoons.
really windy.
I thought raccoons, maybe. You know.
Okay, so it was windy. Thanks, Gina. Thanks. You could have
Why
just
is
told
that
us.
irritating? I'm just amused
Because you're
that you
acting
guys
like
thought,
we're asses
you guys are
because
both
we didn't
like,
know it was
"Why,
windy.
We're over too.
Like I said, it didn't seem any more windy than usual, and my cans have survived many a windstorm. As you know, I live on Mount Doom.
I know.
And we have our occasional wind.
You idiot!
And-
it was windy.
And this is the first time that this has happened.
I would think
My
wind-
cans usually survive the
Whatever.
wind.
My cans have not ever that I recall have ever been blown over by the wind, and it didn't look that way. It didn't look that way. One of them had been moved, and one of them had been
Yeah.
knocked over, and I thought somebody backed into them, and I had to get out of the car and put them up.
But the lid was just open on one, and it was still standing. That's why, to me,
Well,
it was
that's
odd.
And that is odd.
That the wind would just lift the lid.
Oh, you're stupid.
You know, mine also knocked over last night.
Did you think it was raccoons or someone running into them, or did you think it was the wind?
Well, but the wind in Bluffdale is...
Be careful how you answer, because
Yeah.
you're a moron
You're
if
being
you don't
judged.
answer the way Gina thinks you should. You're a moron.
Now, here's where I think that you're all wrong. I think someone knows where each of us lives.
That's what it is.
And
That's
knew
what it is.
that we would notice getting up early, something askew,
Mhm.
would want to blame it
Yeah.
on the wind.
Yeah. You're probably right.
That's
Stupid.
the
You're
most-
stupid,
That's
Gina.
the most plausible.
He's probably
But
figured it out.
Were your garbage cans down, Gina?
I didn't put my garbage out last night. It's not garbage night.
Aha!
Aha.
Aha!
How is that? Aha.
How is it aha that we didn't know it was windy last
Let me
night?
tweet all-knowing suit. This sounds like a prank he did.
Did he prank us?
Gina Barberi. Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, 7:05. Round one of your boner voting coming up.
Yeah, it's we got some interesting boner candidates in both rounds today. Very interesting. So on Friday, I went up to Ogden to MC an event for a group called Youth Futures Shelter, and it's a shelter home in Ogden for kids, for like preteen, mostly teen kids who, for one reason or another, find themselves homeless, unable to,
The services available to them are different than for adults.
Yeah, and it's only been recently that Utah law has allowed places to actually shelter them overnight too.
Used to be against the law. They used to have to kick kids out
Yeah.
of shelters at 10 o'clock at night or something. They weren't allowed to stay all night.
So, and this isn't a big shelter home, really. I mean, I forget how many, 13 or 14 kids could be there overnight. But during the day, it's also open for all kinds of resources, and there are a lot of kids who come there. Anyway, it's a great organization, and Kristen and Scott started it a few years ago, and they're doing a great job, and they're opening one in St. George now. And St. George really has a need for that. So anyway, I go up there to MC it, and I'm driving up to Ogden, and my phone rings, and it's my wife, and she said, "Yeah, you forgot the shirt you were going to wear." So I'm wearing.
Were you shirtless?
Well, no, but I was wearing. I didn't want to get it all wrinkled and mussed in the car. So what I do is, I put on my pants and my shoes, and then I wear just a polo shirt or something, and take the nice shirt with
On
me
a
and
hanger.
and change it there. And she said, "You forgot your shirt." Great, just great. So because I'm wearing a shirt like this, it
has a collar,
but it doesn't look horrible, but not what I wanted for this festive holiday fundraiser. And she said, "Can I run it up to you somehow? Meet you somewhere?" And I said, "No, I'm stuck in traffic. There's a horrible traffic jam, and there's just no way we could make that work. So thanks, but I'll just deal with my shirt." So I get to the event, and so I'm going to reveal my wife's name is Jennifer Parsons, and I get to the event, and I walk in, and I walk up to this woman, and I tap her on the shoulder, and she turns around, and it's Jennifer Parsons. So it's now I know her.
She's a friend of the program.
I know there's another Jennifer Parsons in this city, and there she was. She works with this group. And so my second wife, Jennifer Parsons, saved my bacon by giving me a holiday vest to wear. It had Santa Clauses all over it and everything. So that was kind of a nice coincidence.
She's a nice lady. I like her.
Yeah, Jen is great. She helps fundraise for that group. But I had several fan interactions and of note, and I met a woman of a certain, how do you say an older, I guess she's an older woman. Should I say that? I don't want to say.
I don't know who you're talking about, so I don't know how offensive that is.
Well, no, it's just it's a fan.
Okay.
But she's getting on in years. Her name was Mary Dawn, and she's probably listening to the show right now.
Not anymore.
No, I'm sure she is. She's what a sweet, nice woman. And she said, "I'd like to buy you a drink." And she did. I said, "Well, I'm working, but I'll have one small glass of wine." And she said, "All right." And she came back. She said, they ran out of wine. I got you this, and it was an hard apple cider thing that I just don't drink. Oh, thank you. So then I gave it to somebody else. But she started listening to her. I said, "So how did a woman like you come to be listening to the Radio from Hell show?" And she has listened faithfully for a number of years. And she said, and I've heard this story before, "Well, I used to listen to Tom Barberi." And
Thanks, Daddy Tom.
When he left the radio, I started going through the dial trying to find something to listen to, and I'd hear fart joke, fart joke, fart joke, fart joke. And then I found you guys.
So we're the not fart joke.
Well, I said, you do realize, Mary Dawn, we also occasionally do fart jokes.
Very rarely.
Yeah. And she said, I know. So but then the best meeting I had. when I walked in, practically, this guy spotted me. He was wearing, so this was a holiday thing, and everybody's wearing ugly sweaters and that. He was wearing an entire suit that had Santa Clauses all over it. Red suit with Santa Clauses on it and a red tie and everything. And he spotted me and go, you're here.
Yes.
I didn't know you were going to be here. I really need to talk to you. I've got some things to go over with you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, well, geez.
I've got a list.
Yeah. And I'm checking it twice. So I did end up talking to him after a little while. His name was Austin Hershey. You know, like the candy bar, he said.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. And he said, I met you guys about 6 years ago in Cedar City. I was on the radio in Cedar City at Southern Utah University, and I was doing radio, and I loved radio, and I that's what I wanted to do with my career. And I was studying broadcasting at Southern Utah University, and I was so excited to meet you guys because I knew you'd been longtime professionals on the radio. And I came up and I talked to you. And I said, "Were we nice to you?" And he said, "Yeah, you gave me advice." And I said, "What was the advice?" It was, "Don't go into radio."
Which we tell everyone.
Yeah, get out of radio. Don't do it. And I said, and he said, I'm getting a degree in, I think it was accounting. I'm finishing up my schooling at Weber. I'm getting a degree in accounting. It was the best advice that I ever got about anything, because now I'm going to marry this beautiful woman here.
She never would have married me if I was in radio.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have done it. I wouldn't have made enough money doing radio. I would have had to be traveling all over the place.
Well, I was going to tell you a story, but now we don't have time. So
no, we do.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. But that is an excellent reason why we're never allowed at career fairs.
Yeah, anymore. Yeah,
not anymore.
Not
No.
Invited anymore.
We're not allowed at those anymore.
Don't do what we do.
No, because that's our advice. Yeah.
Foggy, icy roads, and a possible crash causing delays at 215 heading south between Legacy Parkway and I-80 Airport turnoff. Also northbound approaching 700 North. Friends of the program saying, I came from Layton and the worst fog is actually right here in East Stabbington. So, beware of that fog. It reduces visibility and it makes the roads slick underneath. That's traffic brought to you by Sean Hogan and Everest Collision. They want you and your loved ones to get home safe and sound. Stop texting and driving. Download the Everest Collision app responsibly.
Boners coming up, round one. Here are your candidates. Number one, wow, talk about Christmas entertainment. Number two, you there, fat boy? And boner candidate number three, people are going to love this.
All right, so all three of your round one boner votes candidates coming up in just a moment, along with Big Boy News and Opinion Window. First, ranlife.com is the website.
Recently on the Rachel Ray Show, she was promoting her new fragrance, which she calls Fancy. It's $85. She sprayed some in the air and then started naming all the benefits. The main one was that it allows you to fart and nobody can smell it.
That's a selling point.
That's what she said. She said if you're in an elevator and you're wearing this perfume.
She's a classy one.
Do they have a guy's version? Because, boy, I tell you, I'm holding...
You want to wear something called Fancy?
I'm holding one back right now, and I don't want to...
Go ahead.
I don't want to hurt you guys.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
Go on.
Why?
Do it.
Go
do
outside.
It. Come on,
Don't.
chicken. Come on, do it.
Don't.
Do it.
Not chicken. I'm just not sure you really want
Do
that.
it.
Why do you want him to do that?
Do it. I don't believe him. I don't believe he's holding one.
I believe he always has one ready.
And I don't
I
believe...
believe he
Just put the microphone down
Don't do it. I'll leave the room.
there. And I don't believe it's going to be as bad as you say.
What, you weren't serious?
That's the lowest we have ever sung on the radio.
And I didn't even go all the way.
Oh, man.
There's more.
That's dangerous. Yeah, he did. I made him. I made him.
You know how I am with peer pressure. Here, Carrie, have a drink. Here, Carrie, fart. You know, pull my finger. Listen, it started when I was a kid. It started when I was a kid. My dad used to make me pull his finger.
He did. I don't smell anything. Seems
Well,
fine.
it'll circulate.
Will it?
Yeah.
Okay,
It'll come around.
maybe we better take a break.
I haven't been eating much meat lately, so.
Oh, geez. Well,
you know.
You know, for someone that just
That
tuned,
was really
tuned into
good.
the show for the first time,
I know, they
just
would-
now,
We don't usually do that.
We've lost them forever.
Really?
You know, we're.
You think? You don't think that they could forgive us just this one?
I can't forgive you.
Now, long-time listeners of the Radio from Hell show, if you'd like to call us now.
Listen, I was goaded into it.
I did.
hope
I
you're
pushed
both
him.
happy.
He was calling me names. He
I
was
pushed
pointing
him.
at me.
I pushed him. It's a good thing there wasn't a cliff.
I'm glad we don't have a sponsor for the boner right now.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we'll ever have
Nope.
one either after that. Oh, my God.
He made me. All right. Uh-oh.
Weather?
Somebody just texted and says, well, that's why you guys have a new three-year contract.
And Sue just texted in, I am so proud to be your wife
Your
right
bags
now.
are on the porch.
I also just got a texter that says, I can smell it from here.
It really is bad.
Is it?
Well, I've been holding it all morning. I haven't had a chance to leave.
I know what that's like.
I figure I'd be fine until, at 10.
Yeah.
I really started to kink up, and then you talked about that perfume.
Oh, God, I can't believe you did that.
Now, listen, how do you guys know it wasn't just a recording
It
of a
wasn't.
fart?
He put the
Shut up.
microphone down.
Shut up. It could have just been a recording of a fart. You don't know.
You don't, but I'm here to tell you it wasn't.
Well, see, these guys are selling it. They're acting.
Nope. That was real.
Oh, man.
Great.
Oh, wait a minute.
Huh?
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Don't.
Yeah, it was real.
Told you.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to do it
No.
too.
All right.
I don't have one, or I might.
Is it like yawning? It just, once somebody does it, everybody
It's
just
contagious.
No.
just
I
jumps
got.
in and...
No.
Okay. All right.
Hell on X96.
All right, 7:19 right now. Time for round one of your boner voting. 3 news stories. They're examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. Boner means mistake, of course. We'll give you 2 candidates now, then a third candidate after the big boy news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote. You will have to decide which of these 3 candidates is the worst and therefore most deserving to go to Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day. If it wins here, it's got a 50-50 chance. Goes up against the winner of round 2. That happens at 8:20. Boner Fight at 9:20. One of you lucky random Boner voters will receive
I can't buy it. Gotta win it. Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt courtesy of Excel Automotive Repair. Radio from Hell's official auto mechanics. Don't buy a lemon. Try Excel Automotive's $50 bumper-to-bumper used car checkover before you buy. Limit 2 cars per $50.
Here's Boner candidate number 1. Wow, talk about Christmas entertainment. This is pretty unbelievable to me. Queens of the Stone Age frontman Josh Holm can be seen on a little piece of video violently kicking a female photographer in the face in a video taken at the K-Rock Acoustic Christmas on Saturday.
We got it at x96.com/live.
Yeah, Dylan, run that a couple of
See
times.
that? She just right in her head.
He just kicks her right in the face.
Yeah.
The incident happened during the band's performance on night one of the LA radio station's 28th annual holiday concert. Chelsea Loren, photographer for Shutterstock, which has a licensing partnership with Variety owner Penske Media, said the incident was unprovoked and that Josh Holm of Queens of the Stone Age was smiling as he walked by and then casually kicked her in the face. It was very intentional, she said. Now, Josh Holm has released a statement saying, "Last night, while in a state of being lost in performance, I kicked over various lighting equipment on our stage. Today, it was brought to my attention that this included a camera held by photographer Chelsea Loren.
Nope.
I did not mean for this to happen."
Nope. Look at the video.
Because that wasn't on. He didn't mistake that for stage equipment.
No.
It's unknown whether he was under the influence of alcohol or drugs, but at one point he called the sold-out audience retards and then insulted the night's headlining act, Muse. F Muse, he exclaimed. He also encouraged the crowd to boo, told everyone to take their pants off, and then he took out a knife at one point and cut himself across the forehead so that blood would run down his face.
He was on something, or
he's an ass,
or he's just an ass. That's what I think.
Boner candidate number 1. Wow, talk about holiday entertainment. Is boner candidate number 2. You there, fat boy? Well, all things considered, 7-minute traffic court trial went pretty well for Eugene Matsevich. He was fined $50, but there was no conviction, no points lodged against his driving record. So pretty good.
All right.
But for some reason, he couldn't let it go. And that's why now the 34-year-old man from Bethesda, Maryland, is due back in court January 9, this time accused of sending a barrage of obscene and harassing text messages to the Montgomery County officer who handed him the initial citation. "Nice job in court today. Playing up to the judge so he didn't waive the ticket," Matsevich allegedly wrote. "All good. I still make a lot of money." 3 minutes later, another text or tweet. "You there, fat boy? On a donut break?" Matsevich wrote, according to court filings, adding that he knew what kind of car the police officer drove in his private life, a Honda Civic, and sizing up the Honda Civic against his 4-door BMW. "No wonder you hate people like me with nice cars," he texted or tweeted.
Wow.
Well, you do this enough, the police officer is going to have a case against you saying you are making threatening statements to an officer of the law, which he did. The officer, Dominic Stanley, found Mr. Matsevich and arrested him, and now he's due back in court.
He just dummied up and
exactly.
I think he is a dummy. Boner candidate number 2. You there, fat boy? Coming up in a moment. Boner candidate number 3. People are gonna love this.
Boner candidate number 3 after this here big boy news and opinnuendo, brought to you by
Alpine Plastic Surgery, specializing in sculpting your body to achieve the goals you have above and beyond what diet and exercise provide. Visit alpineplasticsurgery.com and schedule a free consultation today.
Now, go back to our story last news, Gina, about the feet that have been washing up on the beach over the last 10 years.
Feet.
Yeah, over the last 10 years in British Columbia. It's now 12 feet have been washed up. There are theories, there are investigators in British Columbia, so some of the theories, just quickly, like you think maybe there are a lot of bodies stored in a container and they got washed out.
Yeah.
We don't know. There's a lot of stuff that goes on out there in the wilderness. This is a story in The Guardian. Somebody just sent it to me.
Yeah.
But he said this is not the work of a serial killer.
How do you know?
It is He's a
Oh.
forensic investigator.
So am I.
This
I'm an amateur
This is
forensic
not the work of a serial killer or the result of alien abductions. The coroner's office has ruled that out. All the individuals might have committed suicide or died accidentally due to a storm near the coast. So they say that's what we can be really sure of, but we still have lots of questions. Oh, and they said they've ruled out that it's like some kind of drug ring that's doing this to send messages. So they've ruled a bunch of stuff out, but they really haven't come to a reason for it.
A bloody severed foot.
Thank you. Let me do. No, I'm going to do this story first. The New York explosion that happened this morning. Law enforcement officials speaking on a condition of anonymity has told the Associated Press the explosions happened around 7:30, and a person that was arrested had a pipe bomb strapped to him, and it went off on a subway platform. The suspect had non-life-threatening injuries. The NYPD said no other injuries had been reported. The official who spoke to the AP said one other person on the platform had a couple of said no other injuries, but then one person on the platform had non-life-threatening injuries. A commuter who traveled through the Port Authority terminal at 42nd and 8th told The Guardian the explosion happened 60 seconds after they exited the building. A police officer said to the commuter, this guy, it was a guy with a pipe bomb. So, but yeah, and
Still
we don't know
a lot
don't know why or what the motives were or anything like that.
Well, let's jump to some conclusions.
Yeah, let's not do that. All right. So this is a bizarre. Oh, what a bizarre story! I couldn't believe it when I read it yesterday in the New York Times. Ahmedabad, a place in India. Ahmedabad. The attack begins, it says, with a Hindu man wearing a bright shirt and a white scarf, stepping off a motorbike carrying a long pickaxe. He pounces on an older Muslim man, attacking him from behind and striking him with the pickaxe over and over. Babu, save my life, the Muslim man is screaming. He crumples to the ground, and a few seconds later, after several more blows from the pickaxe, the Muslim man cries, I am dead, and he is. This is all captured on video at the attacker's request.
Oh, really?
He had his nephew film this entire episode with a phone, and he proudly posted it on social media, bragging that he had killed the man to protect his Hindu community from Muslim jihadists. India's biggest television channels aired the video, and it jumped at light speed across the country on Twitter, Facebook, everything, stirring up tensions. The Hindu-Muslim fault line in India can be very raw, and in recent years, several Muslims have been lynched by Hindu mobs.
Really?
And this video, I guess you can. I'm sure you can find the video. I didn't care to watch.
Yeah,
it.
I'm not interested.
I didn't. Wasn't. But what a bizarre story, and the fact that this becomes a viral video, and I don't think they've arrested the guy.
There's video of him doing it. Why wouldn't they have arrested him?
Let's see. I'm trying to find that part of the story. But he just brazenly did this and then posted it on. Police officials have identified the killer as Shambhulal Ragar, an on-again, off-again marble trader in his mid-30s. Yeah, he was arrested Thursday morning. According to police officials, he confessed to the crime. He said as much on the video, appearing in front of a statue of a Hindu god, it may be good or bad, but I've done it. If I have to die, then why not kill and die? Weird stuff. 3 suspects are wanted in a shooting in Taylorsville. Unified police are searching for them there, and they've captured images on some surveillance cameras. According to the Unified Police Department, officers responded to shots of reports of a shooting at 10 o'clock Sunday in the morning near West Sunny River Road in West. I guess that's West Valley. He found a 30-year-old man shot and in critical condition. The victim later died at a hospital. Richardson, the police officer, said that they are looking for 2 men and a woman involved in the shooting. The female suspect allegedly knocked on the door of an apartment while the 2 males waited around the corner. When the door opened, the men forced their way inside. The woman didn't enter the building. At some point, the suspect shot the victim, and then all 3 of them ran away. Nice, huh? So this story was all over the news this weekend, and it's Mitt Romney.
Oh.
And there is a party, a political party that's been started in Utah, and the name of it escapes me right now. But this guy has started this political party as an alternative to the Republican Party.
Okay.
And he's calling for Mitt Romney to run for Senate, leave the Republican Party and run for the Senate as his party representative.
I doubt he will do that.
I don't know, because there's an editorial in the Salt Lake Tribune this weekend that said if Mitt Romney chooses to do that, he can probably win. He will beat Orrin Hatch.
Not if he's not Republican.
He's Mitt Romney.
I know.
He transcends in the state of Utah. In the state of Utah, he transcends the Republican Party.
He's got a different party affiliation that matters more.
But
yeah, exactly. And
if you vote
people,
if people that vote just say I'm voting all Republican, he will get missed.
They won't. They will. Believe me, they will.
They will be trained.
Vote for him. They will train them how to do it. And Orrin Hatch is on shaky ground in Utah.
Is. Oh.
I agree with that, but I think he should just run against Orrin in a primary. I think being in a different party, that's a dangerous...
I don't...
Yes, Richie.
You're wrong, Gina. Sorry. He would undoubtedly just destroy
him.
And it would be a thing where you would get stories like, if you want to vote for Mitt Romney, you can't do the voting how you've normally done it. That would be how people would be taught.
And listen to this. It's also a good thing for him to say, Mitt Romney to say, I can't stand the Republican Party the way it's become.
Yeah.
I think we need to be above that. And I'm going to run on this party affiliation against Senator Hatch, and he would smash him.
Yep.
I wonder if this is part of the White Horse Prophecy, Richie.
Well,
Richie!
I looked up the White Horse Prophecy on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
And it made me start thinking, maybe there's something to this.
Is it the White Horse Party? Please say.
No, that's not what it's called.
Oh,
that would be too on the nose, Carrie.
I know.
You don't know when he's coming.
It's called the White Pony Party.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. So the White Horse Prophecy, essentially, Joseph Smith said that someday the Constitution of the United States will be, and he put it this way, hanging by a thread. He wrote that down somewhere, and he said the White Horse will come along and unify the country. And he doesn't say win the presidency, but that's the way people sort of interpret it.
Yep.
The White Horse will appear and unify the country that is falling apart. So there you go.
I'm not saying it's not Mitt Romney. I'm just saying it won't be this way.
I'm telling you, if that happens, I may think about re-upping.
All right. You heard it.
I may think about it.
You heard it.
All right.
I got to go say some prayers.
Let's see. Is that it?
I wish you knew the name of the party. I wish you could remember that.
Yeah, it's just it's something, it's like the Unified People's Party or something like that.
Oh, that sounds a little.
Or something, yeah. Anybody know in the chat room? I forget what it's called.
Bull Moose Party? No, I don't think that's
the Whigs. He's running as a Whig.
He's a Whig.
No. Yeah, no.
Call it the White Horse Party, please.
No, it's I can't.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
I'll find it in a second here. Is that it?
If you have a short, quick. Well, no, let's go. Weather, traffic.
The weather is gross, 41, and the traffic is gross too. Crash southbound 5600 west on the I-80 overpass. Looks like a car rolled off the overpass and onto the right shoulder of eastbound 80. Roads are slick. Multiple slide-offs on Bangor Highway. Traffic very slow both directions of California Avenue. Icy roads out by the airport as well. So when you see the fog, that means your visibility is reduced, and wherever the fog is, that means the roads are slick. So please slow down and avoid getting in an accident. Creepy guy in a parking lot, don't meet him in by a phone. That's ridiculous. Go to Bad Apple. They guarantee their refurbished phones. If you don't know which make and model they want, grab them a gift card. Go to badapplerepair.com.
I'm sorry, I was trying to find that.
It's the United Utah Party.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Drop the Utah because it won't go national unless you do. Because if you want to take back the Republican Party, you better drop Utah out of that and make it the United Party.
Well, that's the first step. He'll run and win, and there you go.
No, Jim, it's not the holiday office party. That's a difference.
Yeah. No, I don't know whether he'll choose to, affiliate himself, Mitt Romney, affiliate himself with that party. But if he decides to run against Orrin Hatch in some fashion, he will beat him.
Yep.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. People are going to love this. Well, maybe. It's Friday afternoon. You're watching videos on YouTube, and you see a video of a guy who has cemented his head inside of a microwave oven.
What?
Yep.
There it is.
Yep. In the video, 22-year-old Jimmy J. Swingler from the YouTube channel TGF Bro
What did he
put his head inside a bag in a microwave. The microwave is not plugged in, obviously. Filled it with polyphila. It's a kind of a cement. And the incident took place in Ford House, Wolverhampton, UK. It's really dumb. It could have killed him. It almost did.
Why
he
did
put an air tube because it's you do this, you get a viral video going.
How did he think he was going to get out of it?
He didn't think about it. He couldn't get out of it. He had a breathing tube while he was inside the microwave, but the expanding cement started to block the airflow of the tube. And he's lucky to be alive. His friends couldn't get him out. They had to call the fire brigade. The fire brigade came. They had a hard time getting him out without killing him, but they did. He's going to live. Kind of a shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
Boner candidate number 3. People are going to love this, and that video is at x96.com/live.
And you know what? We're doing exactly what he wanted with it, which is sharing it, and so a lot of people watch the video.
Dude, I'm viral.
We're part of the problem.
Excuse me. Dude, I'm viral.
That's it.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
We had boner candidate number 1. Wow, talk about Christmas entertainment. The Queens of the Stone Age guitarist Joss Home kicking a female photographer in the head at a Christmas concert in L.A. Boner candidate number 2. You there, fat boy? Are you on a donut break? Taunting texts sent to a police officer. The police officer is not going to put up with that for very long, and the guy had to go back to court. And boner candidate number 3. People are going to love this.
All right, there you go. You've got to decide which of these 3 candidates is the worst and therefore most deserving to move forward to Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day. It'll go up against the winner of round 2 at 8:20, Boner Fight at 9:20. Okay. 1, 2, or 3. Remember the candidate that you think should win. Put that number in the message of a text and then text that to 33986. All right, that's one way to vote. Another way is to call, use your voice, 877-602-9696. Or you can go to x96.com and look for the box that says Round 1, December 11, and vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It'll appear. All right, you got 4.5 minutes is all to vote. So let's go. It's Round 1, Boner voting. Ladies and gentlemen, the Radio from Hell show is proud to announce a brand new entertainment in downtown Salt Lake City.
That's right. It's the grand opening of Carrion Bill's Shakespeare Dinner Theater, where patrons can enjoy the very best in culture and cuisine.
Each month, Bill and I will present a brand new Shakespeare play for your delight.
And with each play, we'll change our dinner theater menu. We begin this weekend with Hamlet, Prince of Denmark.
Who's there?
Nay, answer me. Stand and unfold yourself.
Long live the king.
Bernardo?
Line. He.
You come most carefully upon your hour.
'Tis now struck 12. Get thee to bed, Francisco.
And with immortal lines like that from the Bard, you get your choice of Hamlet Hawaiian-style ham, a juicy ham steak with a pineapple ring, or the Polonius chicken pot pie.
And what's even more fun, not only will Bill and I play most of the parts, but we'll be your waiters.
In coming months, you'll delight to other great Shakespearean masterpieces.
Like The Taming of the Shrew, with me as Petruchio and Bill as Catherine the Shrew.
If I be waspish, best beware my sting.
My remedy is then to pluck it out.
Aye, if the fool could find it where it lies.
Who knows where a wasp does wear his sting? In his tail.
In his tongue.
Whose tongue?
Yours, if you talk of tails, and so farewell.
What? With my tongue in your tail? Nay, come again, good Kate, I am a gentleman.
It's Carrion Bill's Shakespeare Dinner Theater in the old Felt Electric building in the Regent Street alley off 2nd South.
And look in your Happenings coupon book for a 2-for-1 coupon, good on Wednesdays and Thursdays at Carrion Bill's Shakespeare Dinner Theater. Your dinners are full price, but one of you will get to sit through the play twice.
Get thee hence to Carrion Bill's Shakespeare Dinner Theater, where you give us the dough and we put on the show.
On X96.
I'll tell you, the voice work on that show is just top notch.
I think so.
And I love Teddy. That character is so great.
There is someone in the building who disagrees with you on the voice work there. I'll talk to you about it off the air.
Oh, okay.
But I think it's terrific.
Yeah, I do too.
All right, 7:45, time to award round one of your boner voting.
And round one of the boner voting is brought to you by...
In part
by... I spent some time doing it. Not quite enough potatoes in it. I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. Not enough potatoes, but clam chowder. I could put
you
some...
want lots of potatoes.
We have some leftover clam chowder. I think I'll buy some potatoes and put more potatoes.
You'll fix it?
Yeah.
And Gracie's watch the Patriots beat the Dolphins. Well, that's a prediction is what that is in here. And stick around for Monday Night Jazz Jam with David Halliday and the Jazz Vespers Quartet. Like Gracie's on Facebook for updates, adults only.
Probably on safe ground.
You're alienating your Dolphins fans, though, with that kind of thing, you know.
So we had boner candidate number one. Wow, talk about Christmas spirit. The guitarist for Queens of the Stone Age kicking a photographer at a holiday concert and also cutting his forehead with a knife. It's an old wrestling thing. It doesn't really do a lot of damage.
But a lot of blood.
But a lot of blood, yeah. And then that's entertainment. Boner candidate number two. You there, fat boy? The guy who got a ticket. And he did okay in court.
Yeah.
The judge said, "Look, I'll just pay the fine. No points on your license. No, you don't have to go to driving school." But he kept going after the cop after that, tweeting at him and texting him. So he's going to be going back to court. And then boner candidate number three. People are going to love this. It's a guy in England who's on a YouTube channel. And he thought, well, I'll get a lot of people watching me if I put my head inside of a microwave and then fill it with cement.
Because it's all about the views. It's all about the hits.
He was making a bust of his head was the reason that he was doing it.
Is that
apparently,
what he claimed?
we were trying to figure out, but he was trying to make a bust of his own head,
doing a mold.
But
a mold. Yeah.
Didn't think about how he would get it out of.
And by the way, I don't think we're really contributing to his.
We're not?
No, I don't think so. Because
we posted it. We're telling people to go look at it.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
We're not?
No, I'm not telling people to go look at it, and people have a choice. I never watched it. I read about it, but I didn't watch it. And when the video came up at x96.com/live, you could look away. All right, Trevor won the boner T-shirt, and let's see, by 5 votes. So, number one, the Queens of the Stone, that would have been the one I would pick. But by 5 votes, the winner is boner candidate number 3. People are going to love this, the head in the microwave.
All right. There you go. That is the winner of round 1. It will go up against the winner of boner voting for round 2. That happens at 8:20. Boner fight at 9:20. All right.
And coming up at 8 o'clock.
Yes.
We have a Star Wars screening.
At 8 o'clock, we're having a Star Wars screening?
We're going to give away tickets to a Star Wars screening at 8 o'clock. Carrie Jackson gets to see it before you.
You're seeing it today, aren't
seeing
you?
it today.
Yeah.
But we bought out a theater, so be listening at 8 o'clock. We'll give you a keyword on how to win.
So tomorrow, tune in. I'll tell you. Probably maybe right about this time. I won't spoil anything, but I'll give you my feelings about the movie. And from what I understand, what I've been told from people who have seen it, you need to stay away from the spoilers. Stay off your social media for a couple of weeks.
There's some big spoilers.
Apparently, there's some revelations that happen in this.
That means Bill's not allowed to see it for at least a month.
So now, last break we were talking about, I had some fan encounters, and I was telling you that story. And then right at the end of that bit, Gina said, well, I was going to tell you about my fan encounters, but now we don't have time.
Well, we didn't.
And
We ran out of
way
time.
to go, Bill. We don't have time. You just talk all the time.
That's not what I said.
Well, and I said, well, why didn't you do what you always do and interrupt me and tell your story?
Well, at the point I would have interrupted you would have been, you said, oh, I had a friend of the program buy me a drink.
Well,
and I too had a friend of the program. So Saturday night, my husband Joe every Christmas season takes the kids out for an evening of theater, and then they go out to dinner, and it's their own.
And then they play chess and they all smoke pipes.
That's all true except for the pipe thing. No, I just had to get a little time one-on-one, and so he took Jonesy to see Newsies on Saturday, and then Muhammad was having a sleepover, and I'm like,
I got time to myself.
You know what I'm going to do?
Put your feet up and get a box of wine.
Close.
Well, I thought I'm gonna go to the Dodo and sit at the counter and just have a little dinner and a glass of wine, and that'll be nice. So I went there and had a glass of wine and having some dinner, and the bartender comes over and says, would you like another glass of wine? And from next to me, a woman says, that one's on me, friend of the program.
Oh, that's nice.
Very nice. I met Mary and her husband. They lived out in Harriman, and so they used to listen to the show commuting into work. But then they moved closer. Now they only have a 5-minute commute. And so I encourage all friends of the program to move as far away from work as possible, so you can listen to. But I'm sitting there, and my mother's going to hate this story, by the way. Because
she's finding out you drink wine?
No.
Oh.
Boxed wine.
Yeah.
And I've told stories like this before where I get recognized at the grocery store or something. When I leave here, I forget that is a possibility that might happen. I think because we're
Even though it happens over and over and over.
Yeah, because we're on the radio, so it's not a visual medium. Yeah. And when I don't care a lot about how I look.
Well, that's obvious.
When I go out. But it's even worse when I leave here because I'll have my glasses on and I'll have my hair in a clip and and no makeup on, and
you know, I can picture that. And you still look like $1 million.
Oh, you're sweet.
But I kind of like you with the glasses too.
Yeah?
Yeah. As a matter of fact,
actually.
Really?
As a matter of fact, I like them quite a bit.
Really?
Yeah. Whenever I see you wear them, I go,
I agree.
That's kind of
because
makes you look hotter somehow. I don't know.
Because I think I'm invisible when I think I'm just going to go and sit at the counter and I'm going to eat and then I'm going to go home. And it's not. And I don't want people to feel like. And if Mary, if you're listening, it was lovely meeting you and your husband. And please feel free to say hello if you see me. That's not what I mean by this. What I mean by this is, after I have these encounters with people, I'm like, oh my, I can't believe I went out.
So you're not saying, I am too hideous to behold.
No, I'm saying this is a wake up call for me to. You should care about how you're presenting yourself when you're not invisible when you're just moving.
When I went to the grocery store yesterday, I couldn't have looked worse. I couldn't have looked worse than I did. My hair was sticking out in all these different ways. My eyes were bloodshot. And fortunately, no one came up and talked to me. But I thought about that possibility. And you know what I thought? I don't care.
No, I doesn't. See, that's just it. It doesn't occur to me until it happens. And then I looked at myself in the mirror after. And I'm like, oh my, number one, why did you recognize me when I looked terrible? Number two, why do I think I'm invisible when I go? Because I don't. The thing is, I don't care. So I'm like, yeah.
Well, then don't care.
I just
don't. But Gina, I'm telling you. You look pretty hot anyway. I'm sure you look. People look. You look good. You looked bookish.
Well, see, now I knew this would come up, and I just got this text.
What?
I don't know whether it's appropriate to talk to you guys when I see you out and about, or whether I should just leave you alone. What should we do?
Yes. Please say hello. I like it when you say hello.
Yeah, it's fine.
What my point of bringing this up is not that I don't want people to say hello. My point is that why don't I care more?
And that's why you should. Because you'll be meeting people.
Yeah. No, and that's what my mom would say. Except my mom would put it like, what if you run into an ex-boyfriend and you don't? You should always.
Well, that's not going to happen.
You should always have lipstick on and look nice because you might run into an ex-boyfriend.
Let me say this to the people out there who are worried, like that person that texted about coming up and talk to. It's not a problem because we're not mega celebrities.
No.
Yeah.
And
if we were people like, I don't know.
Tom Poston.
Tom Poston? No, like George Clooney.
Yeah.
Then it kind of gets to be a problem because everybody wants to be around you. But very few people. So, if you want to come up and say hi.
Please say hello.
Yeah, it's fine.
And if I have my glasses on and my hair in a clip.
You still look great. You do.
Get a picture and post it on your social media so that Gina's mom will see it.
Yeah.
And then
but I want you to
tag Mary Claire on it.
When you do that, when you put the glasses on, I want you to kind of like screw your face up like you still can't see. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. You look great in those glasses.
I had a guy yesterday at Costco come up to me and he said, "I listen to you guys all the time." And he told me his name. I'll tell you off here.
Okay.
Because he wanted to say hi to you specifically. But he said, "Yeah, you know what I do? I got a golf cart that I drive at work. I put Radio from Hell stickers all over it."
Good for you. Oh, that's why you don't want to.
That's why I'm not using his
out
name.
him.
I don't want to out him.
No.
So, yeah.
Oh, traffic. Let's be careful this morning because fog is causing slick roads, low visibility and slick roads, particularly up at the airport. Freezing fog has made an ice sheet of Bangor Highway, I-80, I-215 West Belt, and all the city streets in that area. Multiple slide-offs and issues out that direction. Let's see. We also have... well, that's probably all we need to tell you about now. Just be careful, slow down through the fog. That's traffic.
All right. Bill Frost will be here to tell us what's on TV this week coming up after these.
There's a fan here who says he has debilitating shyness, and he said, "Can I just flip you the bird? I can't come up to you. Can I just flip you the bird?"
Ow.
Say, sure. So, if you do have debilitating shyness, it may stop you from asking about down payment money on a home.
That's true.
But Lolly up at New Dwello, I think they're up in Ogden, Weber County. I know she's up there. She has this deal with she has a company called New Dwello, and they have found grant money for down payments on homes.
They've made it easy for people. See, these grants are out there, but a lot of people don't know how to access the information on how to apply for them. So Lolly's made it easy. You just text the word money to 687, and you'll get a questionnaire back. It's a short questionnaire. It's like 7 questions. If you can answer them all affirmatively and honestly, you could be qualified.
Now, you have to maybe come up with 1% of the down payment, but these grants will supply the rest up to a certain level of home. It's up around $437,000 up there. So text the word money to 62687 and find out about it from New Dwello.
This holiday season, X96 and Mark Miller Subaru want to share the love with those who need it.
Well, it is time for the kiss. Now, did we get enough kiss money?
Yes.
In the short amount of time.
He's lying.
Yes, we did.
How much did we get? We had
the $1,800 that was dropped off here. And then on the phones we had about $455.
Okay.
We said $2,000. That's $2,255.
And that was in a 10-minute time frame, really.
Richie has always wanted to kiss Gina.
So badly.
Always wanted to.
No. Oh, Craig's reaching into his wallet. I was hoping you would stop it.
And we need.
Here's Craig's going to give $2,000 to stop it.
And we need video of this.
Oh.
We need evidence. People will want to see this on our website. All right, have you got it, Dylan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Richie, why don't you?
Is there an embrace involved in this, or just?
No, what?
Well, there was over 2,000.
Okay.
I don't know. Craig,
He's taking his teeth out. Watch,
we'll let
see?
Craig decide. Is an embrace okay?
Yeah.
During the kiss? Because this is the guy who signs the check.
I'm doing this willingly, so I don't think it's sexual harassment.
So now I'm gonna.
Wow.
Do we need to pull him off?
Take the microphone up with you.
She's so creeped out she can't. She is so creeped out.
It's for
she can't
the
stand it.
homeless and to defeat FM 100. Oh, excuse me. It's to defeat FM 100 and for the homeless.
All right.
Yeah, you're going to want the microphone close for the noises.
Smacking noise.
You're not going to be any noise. Oh, quit licking your lips.
Okay. Here we go.
Put your teeth in, Richie.
No, I said I would do it with the teeth out. Now, who's counting?
3. We all will. 1001, like that. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do
Ready?
it. Okay. Ready, set, go. They're not doing it yet.
So weird.
Okay.
This is really weird. I didn't think it was going to be. Okay.
Let's go. Let's see. Okay. 1,000. 1,000. Wait a minute, I lost count. 1,
3.
Yay!
For the homeless. Yay! For the homeless.
Yeah, we should have had mistletoe. Was it a big disappointment, Richie?
Richie, was it worth it?
No,
Was it
but,
everything you
but Gina wants more.
Was it everything you hoped?
That was more than 3 seconds.
That was. She kissed back, guys.
Did she?
Did she?
She kissed back.
Yeah, was it better for me or was it better for you, Gina?
It sounds like it was better for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Craig Hansen, the president of our company, now wants to see me in his office later this afternoon.
Oh,
Again?
Maybe he's
Another
got
2,000.
Maybe he's got 2,000 he wants to spend. Yeah.
Well,
He saw what a good kisser you were. He wants lessons.
I'm glad. Did you just wipe my kiss off?
That was really weird. I didn't think it was going to be that weird until you were right
Okay,
in my
so,
face.
So this is my question. You're constantly flirting with Gina.
Soft lips. Is that your question?
No, I'm just wondering if this has changed your desires or
Yeah,
intensified them.
We're done.
We're done? That's it?
We fulfilled it. Well, what else are we
Oh.
going to do, Gina?
There's nowhere to go from
Yeah.
here.
You know, all I know is that I have a really sick feeling in the pit of my stomach that I didn't have about 5 minutes ago. So
It's
That
done.
was good. Did it for charity.
We did
Okay.
it.
Hell with Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi on X96.
Two things quickly.
Yes.
We have a giveaway. Now, we're doing a screening of Star Wars. Bill, don't tell them where it is or when it is.
Okay.
You will be told that if you win the tickets. I'm going to give you a keyword now, and we're doing this all day, by the way. Several times a day.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
And be listening for keywords. And you can text now, and if you hear a keyword later, you can enter again. It's not like this is a one-time thing. And you will get 2 tickets to the screening. And now it is a first-come, first-served screening for seating, so you'll need to line up and all of those things that we usually have at screenings. Here is your keyword, and you will text this to 33986. The keyword is Rey. R-E-Y. Yes, it must be spelled correctly in order to be entered to win tickets to our Star Wars screening of The Last Jedi. Rey, R-E-Y.
And
TV with Bill Frost, brought to you by, upon qualification, buy a new home with New Dwello's Gift of Equity program. That gift could mean up to $8,740 for the purchase of a new home. Text the word money to 62687.
Here he is, Bill Frost. He's the TV writer for City Weekly. He also writes The Ocho for City Weekly, and he has a band, and he has a podcast, and you can find out about all of that stuff at
billfrost.tv.
All right.
One-stop shopping. Everything's
all
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill. I'm glad I can't ever remember, so I'm glad you filled that in.
It's a difficult website to remember.
Yeah. Oh, I watched Happy.
Happy.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
It's not bad, that first episode. It's not bad.
Is it weird? It looks weird.
The opening moments of that show, that first episode, are among the most bizarre things I have ever seen on TV or in a movie or anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I thought it was pretty cool, but my God, it was weird. And it was also, kind of a holidays themed thing.
Yes. Yeah, there's a holiday theme to Happy.
Yeah. But man, so Happy, it's on the Sci-Fi Channel, and they can do all the swears.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're just cable.
Yeah.
Christopher Maloney.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's putting Law and Order behind him forever now.
That's and I noticed he's a producer of that show as well. Yeah. So, but anyway, I will just warn you, it's very weird. It's very bloody.
Yes,
it's not for the kids.
Not for the kids.
Despite the little cartoon unicorn.
Even though one of the stars is a cartoon flying unicorn.
It's not for the kids.
Nope.
All right. So, anyway.
So did you want to talk about what's on this week, or did you want to talk about the Golden Globes?
Let's see what's on this week, and then we'll go from there.
All right. Tonight, winter finales of Lucifer and The Gifted, 2 shows I recommend you catch up on over the holiday break, if you're not already doing that.
Yes.
Tomorrow, Judd Apatow, The Return. It's a first time in 25 years he's doing a stand-up.
Really?
Yeah.
Where
on Netflix.
Netflix.
Netflix drops tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I've never seen Judd Apatow.
I didn't know he did that.
Neither did I, actually.
Yeah.
Also, there's a Gwen Stefani Christmas special.
Yeah, okay.
Pass.
There are people that will care.
Somebody will care.
Yes, her mother is watching. I know. And Blake will watch.
Blake will be there. Yeah. I don't think Gavin will be there though.
No.
Not invited.
No. Matter of fact, he was invited and then disinvited.
Yes.
That's how pissed they were.
Yeah. Wednesday, Mr. Robot, season 3 finally.
That's the one that I'm saving for my holiday
Catch up on that.
viewing. I've got all of them stacked up in my DVR.
On tonight's recording of the TV10 podcast, I believe we have a special guest in to discuss Mr. Robot. His last name is Allred. First name is not Bill.
Huh.
Oh.
Yeah, because I don't watch that show.
No, Dylan does, though.
Oh, you guys are related?
Yeah, we are.
Oh.
And a new special, The Fake News with Ted Nelms, hosted by Ed Helms on Comedy Central.
That sounds interesting.
On Wednesday night.
Ted Nelms?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold it.
I like Ed Helms.
Yeah, it's a
You'll love Ted Nelms then.
If you like Ed Helms.
It's along the lines of The Opposition with Jordan Klepper.
I hope it's better because I've been trying to give him a
It's
a
very
chance.
hit and miss.
I think that Jordan Klepper's very good. He's
Yes.
very funny. I think it's the premise that they've got going is difficult to grasp.
You can't top Alex Jones.
Exactly. You're trying to top something so outrageous. Where at least Bill O'Reilly, when Colbert did his Bill O'Reilly, there was a level playing field somewhat. But Alex Jones was interviewing Siri. I mean, how do you top that kind of over the top crazy? Anyway.
Also, season 4 of The Librarians on Wednesday on TNT.
The what?
Still on, exactly.
I know.
It's still on. And by the way, you can see trailers for all of these at x96.com, I think.
Okay.
Taraji P. Henson does last couple of years, she's been doing a Christmas special on Fox. Taraji P. Henson of Empire.
Yes.
And it's one of the better ones, actually. Very entertaining
Mm-hmm.
because she's a triple threat.
Mm-hmm.
And check out the guest list here: Shaka Khan, Ciara, Faith Evans, Fergie, Salt and Peppa, and the Yin Yang Twins.
Well,
that screams Christmas to me.
Amen.
And Friday, I think this might be for Bill.
Yeah.
New Amazon Prime series, Jean-Claude Van Johnson, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme.
The Muscles from Brussels.
Yeah.
I never did see that movie.
JCVD.
About him.
It was actually not bad.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Now, what's the premise of this show?
He's a unhappily retired international Hollywood martial arts star going undercover as a spy.
So it's his,
it's sort of
it's a
him.
documentary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
I might check that out. It's on Amazon.
Amazon, and it's I've seen some of it. And it's actually kind of funny.
Oh, good.
What's it called again?
It's called Jean-Claude Van Johnson. So that name will throw you off.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't have no idea.
Right.
And going all the way to Saturday, Good Behavior Season 2 finally with Michelle Dockery on TNT.
That's another one that we're letting stack up.
Catch up on that one. Very good.
Which one is that?
Good Behavior, Michelle Dockery.
Yeah.
She's also on that Western.
Godless.
Godless, yeah.
And A Christmas Story Live, Broadway style, musical style.
No, wait, but
on
Christmas
Fox.
Story isn't a music.
It is now.
Can be. Could be.
It is now. Matthew Broderick and Maya Rudolph say differently.
That's a good cast.
Fragile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
You'll put your eye out.
You'll put your eye out.
Yep.
You'll put your
What's
eye
what's the name of the guy who has the dogs?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Dogs.
There, we just did it.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to
Live.
watch
We
it.
did it. We did
You don't
it
need
live.
to see it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
And I'm looking at the Golden Globes here. Here's Stranger Things again. Now, I like Stranger Things, but I don't know if it needs to be on every list every year.
You know, I didn't like it much.
Oh,
I
yeah?
watched the
Okay.
whole thing.
It's another one that I'm going to catch up on
I
in the
didn't
holidays.
like, and I think you'll find the final episode of that, and I won't give anything away,
That?
other than to say there is a good 10 minutes at a prom that is just the most ridiculous piece of crap I ever
Well,
saw.
you just hate prom, Bill. That's part of the problem.
Yeah, I'm looking at the nominees in TV anyway.
Yeah.
So Best TV Drama, The Crown, Game of Thrones, Handmaid's Tale, Stranger Things, and This Is Us. I predict it will be either Handmaid's Tale or This Is Us.
I think they'll give it to This Is Us.
Think
I
so?
think they're sick of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although this season was really good.
Oh, the Golden Globes, though, they do have the tendency. Oh no, it's the Emmys I'm thinking of. They're just to do the same one over
Yeah,
and over
it's
and
the
over.
the Golden Globes is the Hollywood foreign
Yeah.
press.
In the comedy section, I was nicely surprised to see Smilf on Showtime in there. That's
Really?
like a brand new show. It's only been on for like a month.
Mm.
And it's good. It's just so new. I
Wonder how
didn't-
much that cost Showtime to do.
Exactly.
It is the Hollywood foreign press.
Oh, yeah. And Will and Grace, I don't know if that belongs in there.
Yeah.
No,
But
it
you
doesn't.
said people are watching.
People
it.
are watching, but that doesn't mean it should be on there.
Best
But
miniseries.
Veep isn't on there, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Best miniseries: Big Little Lies, Fargo, Feud, Betty and Joan, The Sinner, and Top of the Lake, China Girl.
I think it'll be Big Little Lies on HBO.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's all the celebrities.
Super
right?
buzz.
Wow,
Super buzzed about
I
it.
really liked Feud.
True.
And
Yeah.
Fargo, of course. You know, it's interesting. You see these previews for the Versace.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is, what's his name? Ryan
Murphy.
Ryan Murphy. And it just looks so bad. You know, and it's like, why would I want to watch this? And then I thought the same thing about Feud.
And you watched
Why
it.
would I want to watch it? And then I, for some reason, watched one and went, this is really good.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Great. Thank you.
You can catch Bill Frost and find out when his band is playing and when his podcast airs by going to what?
When's your podcast on?
Yeah. Where do they go?
What
to
channel
find
is it on?
Yeah. Where do they go to find it?
BillFrost.tv.
Thank you.
Driving, particularly around the airport, pretty hazardous. Freezing fog has made an ice sheet of Bangor Highway, I-80, and I-215 westbound, all the city streets in that area. If you see fog, it's going to be reducing your visibility and making the road slick. Crash northbound I-15 500 west in Bountiful. Crash southbound Bangor Highway 7th south in Salt Lake. Left lane is closed there. Crash southbound Bangor Highway 14th south. Crash northbound I-15 at 24th Street, Weber County. Crash westbound I-80 at the I-15 junction off to the right shoulder there.
Lord.
Yeah, it's slick roads out there. That's traffic.
We got Boners Round 2 coming up. Here are your candidates. Number 1, I thought you were going to gas up the car. Boner candidate number 2, sportsmanship is absolutely dead. And Boner candidate number 3, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
All right. Round 2 of the Boner voting coming up, along with Big Boy News and Opinioendo. Stand by for all of that. OmahaSteaks.com. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, you can give this as a gift. I've done that. People love it. You could send it to the house that you're going to visit for the holidays. That's also a good idea. Might I also just suggest that you save a lot of money for your family on meat?
Just fill up your fridge with meat.
Buy it for yourself. Why not? OmahaSteaks.com, that's where you go. And for $49.99, you can get this family gift pack. I mean, this is a good deal regardless. So here's what you get. $49.99. There is shipping involved, but this is what you get. 2 filet mignons, 2 top sirloins, 2 boneless pork chops, 4 boneless chicken breasts, 4 kielbasa sausages, 4 burgers, 4 potatoes au gratin, 4 caramel apple tartlets, 1 Omaha Steak seasoning packet, and because you heard it here on X96, you're going to get 4 additional kielbasa sausages for free. Now, to get this deal, you have to go to omahasteaks.com, and on their website, you'll search on their search bar for us, for X96. Put that in the search bar, hit enter, and that's how you get the 75% savings on the family gift pack.
Well, it's that time of year, isn't it? You know, when you think of your family, you think of snowmen, and of course, winning free stuff from the radio.
X96 presents the X Days of Xmas.
10 days of different prizes from your friends at X96.
All you need to do is listen to win every weekday at 9 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m.
Prizes include gift cards from places like
Jade Market, Bad Apple, and Urban Armor, Diamonds Direct, and tickets to Odyssey Dance Theater's Redux Nutcracker. One grand prize winner will win one of each prize, and you can enter to win that on X96.com. The X Days of Xmas from X96.
How do you feel about hot water bottles?
No, I don't have a lot of experience with those. Although it seems to my grandmother always had one hanging on the back of the bathroom door with a hose on it.
That wasn't a hot
water. Oh, it wasn't?
It wasn't?
Well, what was it?
Oh,
it was
really?
red rubber.
Yeah, that wasn't a hot
with
water.
a hose
Really?
on it.
No.
Wait a minute, she just left that out?
What was that for?
You really don't know?
I just want you to tell me. I might know, but
It's something that's not recommended anymore that women do.
Oh.
Don't,
Well, I think
that's what that was.
I think
that
it was
not
all-
a hot water bottle.
I think it was also used for enemas. They used them for enemas, I think, as well.
You sure?
But it was the same thing, right? It was the hot water. You could take the hose off.
I don't think you should
I think
use
it was
it
the
for
same-
all of those things.
Well, I think it was the same deal. You could take the hose off, and there was a stopper. I think.
This really disturbs me because I thought it was just a hot water
No.
bottle. It was like at my aunt's house.
Nope.
And I saw that. She just left that
Yeah.
out?
Yeah, they always used to be hanging on the back, right?
I mean, she knew that we
It's
were
so-
coming to visit.
So they can dry them out. You
Yeah.
got to hang them
What are you
up.
just leaving that out for?
They were always on a hook on the back of the
People
bathroom
are coming
door.
to visit you.
It was the custom
Of
of
the
the time. Back in the day, that's what they did.
Don't do.
But I think they also used them as hot water.
I hope
bottles.
not.
I'm going to look it up. I'll look it
If
up.
your grandma ever handed you a hot water bottle, I hope it was something
Hey,
different.
even if it was an enema bag, all right? Why did she leave that out? She knew that we were coming to visit. You put stuff away when you
Well,
know
where are you
people
gonna-
are coming to visit.
Put that in the enema bag drawer.
I mean,
And
I
they
mean,
used
I
it-
know we're family, but
and they used
come
it
on.
for flushing other things out as
Yes.
well. They used it for douching.
Why would my aunt just leave that out?
Terry, don't douche.
She's a horrible person.
No, everybody did.
I remember my grandma having it hanging on. Grandma Fern had it on the back of her.
Douche.
I mean, I didn't like her anyway, but now I really don't like her.
But see, it didn't do you any damage because you didn't know.
It's doing it now.
The memory.
It's making me think about.
Are you scarred now?
No, her thought process. Family's coming to visit. I'm just going to leave this out. I don't care.
Well, maybe somebody in the family needs an enema or a douche or a hot water bottle. It's handy.
from Hell on X96.
All right, it's 8:20 right now.
So much going on.
I know. Time for round 2 of your boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote which of these 3 is the worst. Which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. Goes up against the winner of round 1. This is round 2. Boner fight happens at 9:20. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive a nice warm feeling.
No, Carrie.
What?
It's our friend Ivy at Booze Tea.
I just saw Ivy on Saturday. She's, I have to say, Ivy is like a drug dealer in that she gave me a free bottle of Luxardo cherries. They're very expensive. Well, I mean, for cherries, they're expensive.
They're high-end cherries.
High-end cocktail cherries. So now I have to go buy them every time I'm run out.
Well, she wants you to accessorize your home bar at Booze Teak. Cocktail shakers, jiggers, bitters, and gifts.
I bought a cocktail shaker, and I bought some bitters.
315 East Broadway, 11 to 7, Monday through Saturday. The liquor store doesn't have accessories, but Booze Teak does. Online at boozeteakslc.com, and a random boner voter will get a gift certificate to Booze Teak.
And I say, if you try the Luxardo cherries, you will never go back to regular maraschino cocktail cherries, ever. All right, here's boner candidate number 1. I thought you were going to gas up the car. Police say that a armed robbery near Atlanta led to a speedy chase in a getaway car, and they might have gotten away had the car not run out of gas. Gwinnett County Police Captain Michelle Fira says 18-year-old Najee Logan and 21-year-old Justin Larry were charged with armed robbery after their arrest early Tuesday after officers found the car on empty. Fiera's statement said the victim surrendered a wallet to 2 men at gunpoint in a grocery store parking lot. Then the 2 guys jumped in the car, sped off. They were found 15 minutes later. They were still sitting in the car when the cops caught them and saying to each other, I thought you were going to gas up the car. No, I thought you were going to gas up the car. Boner candidate number 1. Boner candidate number 2. Sportsmanship is absolutely dead. I don't know. I think Dylan might have the video of this at x96.com/live.
Yes.
Seattle Seahawks defensive end Quentin Jefferson was thrown out of the game for unsportsmanlike play. I mean, I don't know exactly what he did, but what happened after he was ejected from the game is even worse. And it wasn't necessarily him. As he was leaving the field after being ejected, fans of the Jacksonville Jaguars, where they were playing, started throwing food at him
and beer and
and he
lost it.
He lost, and I don't blame him. He started trying to climb up into the stands.
Wow.
To let him have it.
That's amazing.
But okay, he was ejected from the game for I think it was unsportsmanlike it was a personal foul of some sort, and it was just horrible.
Yeah.
Just you watch it. Yeah, Richie. What?
I actually watched the game last night, so I know
it was apparently a rough and tumble game.
Well, yeah, and so they are the 2 teams, the Jaguars and the Seahawks. They're both battling for the wild card. So there's a lot on the line for it. Really, really brutal out on the field. He gets ejected from it, and as he's walking out, these guys just straight out calling him on. So he's going
yelling
down
at him,
going down the little tunnel, and they just you can see it at x96.com. Like they just start taking him on, and at one point he goes to jump up in.
Yeah, he's climbing up the wall. Yeah,
and the security in the venue actually goes up and tries to get these guys out, but it was, seconds away from escalation to just going up and having at each other.
I don't think you want to get in a fight with a professional football player.
Right. And it's interesting. Security personnel are also going up into the stands
to take those people out of the stands.
Get those people. Come on, what are you doing?
Just amazing.
It's Now, I don't know. What did he do on the field that caused him to be ejected?
So there was a pretty brutal hit, and then there was just a lot of fighting afterwards.
Pushing and shoving.
No, it was punching. Punching helmets and...
So somebody had to be thrown out.
Right.
Yeah.
And not unwarranted that he was thrown out, but
right.
You don't start throwing your beer and your beverages at a football player, calling him out.
And he was talking to reporters afterwards. It says fans in the stands were throwing beer and soda, whatever. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Jefferson said, I'm a human being just like anybody else.
Yeah.
I'm a man, and like the other men in the stands, I'm not going to let somebody disrespect me like that. He said, a reporter said, do you think climbing into the stands was a good idea?
Well, no,
and he said, well, no, but was it a good idea for them to throw stuff at me?
Yeah, absolutely not. And is it a good idea to take on a 350-pound, pure made of muscle football player?
He would kill you.
Boner candidate number 2, sportsmanship is absolutely dead. Yes. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
All right, boner candidate number 3 after this here Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
Haster Games has the best selection of the latest board games, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons & Dragons, and more. It's a great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it, located at 6831 South State and online at hastergames.com.
Oh, this is sad. It's just a bizarre accident. An Indiana toddler died after her parents folded the rear seat of their SUV down without realizing she was underneath it.
Whoa.
The parents of 1-year-old Chloe Villarreal were helping a relative move. They left Chloe sleeping in the third row of their Lincoln Navigator. The girl's mother pressed the button, so it's an automatic.
Mm-hmm.
The seat will go down automatically, and she didn't realize she was there. There was miscommunication between the parents about where she was. 10 minutes go by, and by that time it's too late. She had suffocated.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, and it's just awful too, because if they had realized immediately what had happened, they probably could have gotten her out of there. And now, I know, Gina, you follow this case pretty closely, so you probably already know about this.
Which one?
It's Brendan Dassey.
Yes.
So the federal appeals court, the courts in whatever state that is, said, as we look at the evidence, yes, he was coerced.
This is the making a murder.
Making a murder. The seesaw legal battle between of Brendan Dassey, whose conviction was questioned in the Netflix documentary Making a Murder, took another turn Friday as a federal court in Chicago ruled against him. So he had, I guess he's not been freed from prison just yet, but a local court, a state court said, we've looked at the evidence and it does look like he was coerced. He should be set free. Now the federal appeals court said, no, nope, you can't do it. We think he should stay in prison. So who knows what's going to happen from there. And again, as I watched the documentary, it seemed clear to me that he was coerced. He was, quote, coerced into a confession. So, 6 people have been arrested after police began investigating illegal massages and learned of several instances of suspects engaged in conduct related to prostitution. This is in Utah County.
That doesn't happen in Utah County.
According to statements of probable cause, officers were made aware of massages being offered in Utah County in exchange for money without being licensed to do that.
Massages for money?
How often do you ask your massage therapist to see their license?
Always. Always. I'm ready for my massage. May I see your license?
Take a look.
I'm undressed. I'm under the blanket, the sheet, whatever it is. And but I say, now may I see your don't touch me. May I see your license, please? Police learned all 4 of these women were living in a residence in Pleasant Grove and were transported to various locations each day of the week to perform massages in the employ of 2 other suspects who also lived in the residence. They got them. Thank God. Here we go. The number of Utahns who are homeless. This is very timely for this time, this time of year. We're trying to raise money and clothing and all kinds of items for the road home, the homeless shelter.
Doing our Road to the Road Home again on Wednesday. We'll be down in Provo at Larry H. Miller.
Chevrolet.
Chevrolet.
Because it's the Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
Mhm.
So, please join us there on Wednesday. Or just go to x96.com or theroadhome.org, and you can donate money if you'd like. But anyway, the number of Utahns who are homeless on any given night has increased by a small percentage, but nonetheless it has increased by 1.6% this year compared to 2016, according to data from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. A thorough one-night count conducted each year. They do this every year. One night, people go out and count. In cities across the state, this year, January 26th, last year, they discovered 2,852 people who were homeless. Of those, 278 were unsheltered. With rents rising faster than incomes, we need to bring everybody to the table to produce more affordable housing, to ease the pressure that's forcing too many of our neighbors into shelters and onto the streets, said Housing and Urban Development Secretary Ben Carson. This is not a federal problem. It's everybody's problem, he said. The problem of affordable housing, I understand that people who have houses and apartments to rent, when there's a shortage,
price goes up.
You can get more, and you like to get more for your property.
Because you can.
Yeah, but maybe consider the people who are out on the street and try and show some restraint, I think. Let's see. Most Alabama Republicans say that they're voting for Roy Moore.
Oh, great.
Because
he's a Republican. That's all that matters.
Despite these sexual misconduct allegations against him.
And even if you remove those, like you pointed out last time, even if you remove those allegations, take a look at his views and his record, and the fact that he was not allowed to be a judge for a very long time.
Oh, he was removed from the court twice.
Yes,
twice.
He's a bad man.
So let's remove the sexual allegation. Okay, I didn't do it. We agree. All right, Roy, fine. Let's look at the rest of his record. He's horrible.
He is a very, very bad man.
Homosexuals.
Yeah.
And
He calls Chinese people, Asian people, yellows.
Yep.
He calls Native Americans reds.
I mean, he couldn't be more of a stereotype.
He's awful. Fires in New York City, in California, continuing to burn out of control. More and more people being evacuated.
That fire in Ventura, they're calling it, I think, the 5th largest in the state's history. Yeah, it's crazy.
And more buildings being burned and in jeopardy in California. The explosion in New York at the Port Authority subway station. Now, Port Authority is a kind of a central hub where almost everything comes together. I mean, subways and buses and all of that. At least 4 people were hurt in that explosion, they say. A suspected bomber who was in custody was injured after the pipe bomb exploded. The explosion created a lot of chaos as commuters fled from the usually bustling transit hub at the height of the morning commute. It was an attempted terrorist attack, said Mayor Bill de Blasio. Thank God the perpetrator did not achieve his ultimate goals.
they think it accidentally went off a little bit, didn't explode fully, and that probably wasn't where he was going to detonate it eventually.
He's been identified as Akayed Ullah. He is believed to have intentionally detonated. No, intentionally, it says here, detonated a low-tech device strapped to his body using Velcro and zip ties. When asked if the suspect claimed to be connected with ISIS, the police commissioner said he made statements but would not confirm whether the bombing is linked to the terror group. I love this story. I don't know why. Representative Trent Franks. There's a list somewhere I have it of all the people in Congress now who've been accused of, and it's been proven that they're probably sexual predators.
There's more?
Trent Franks announced Friday he's going to resign from Congress immediately after accusations emerged that he'd offered $5 million to a female employee, $5 million, because he is independently wealthy, by the way. He's worth a lot of dough. He said she said he offered me $5 million to be a surrogate mother for his children, and she said, "No, I don't want to do that."
Yeah, but $5 million.
And he kept after her. Another female employee, worried that the lawmaker wanted to have sex as a means of impregnating them.
It'd just be easier.
Mr. Franks,
Be a lot cheaper, wouldn't it?
a Republican of Arizona and one of the House's most ardent social conservatives.
Oh, they always are.
Said Thursday that he would leave the House in January. He admitted that he had, yes, I discussed surrogate pregnancies with them, but I didn't know. Apparently he said to one of them, "I want to put a baby in you. How do you feel about that?"
I feel like I'm going to sue you.
See,
That's how I feel about that.
I was just kidding when I first heard that and said that. But
He said stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's the news.
Sports, weather, traffic?
Sports. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we did have a boner candidate. That's a sport.
The Kansas City Chiefs won.
Yes, that's good.
Yeah.
Tonight you've got the Dolphins and the Patriots.
Okay.
Pittsburgh with Raplesberger doing exceptionally well. They won again.
It's your team, Bill.
I mean Roethlisberger. Isn't that what I said?
Excuse me, you slip when you say that. Let's see. The weather is gross, 41 for a high.
No change in sight necessarily?
Nope. Expect delays of 15 to 20 minutes northbound front runner from Woods Cross to Ogden. A 30 to 45-minute delay southbound front runner from North Temple to Provo. This is due to some mechanical issues. Multiple cars crashed. At least one rolled over westbound I-80 and I-215 West Belt ramps. One car is off into a field. 2 more cars are blocking left lanes. This is all due to freezing fog. It's created conditions particularly out by the airport, on the freeways, and on the city streets. Very, very slick conditions there. That's traffic. Brought to you by the Ruin and Sugar House, a modern bar open daily from noon to 2 a.m. featuring new food items, DJs, and live music located on Wilmington Avenue. Ruin work is the curse of the drinking class.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Well, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. When I saw this in the New York Times, it was just kind of buried in there. I was thumbing through it, and I saw this story. I go, what? Now, the FDA recently warned about the deadly risks of kratom or kratom. It's a botanical substance that's been marketed as a safe treatment for opioid withdrawal. More and more businesses promote unproven remedies under the guise of dietary supplements that are not regulated like drugs. Chris Beekman, whose company sells the dietary supplement called Opiate Detox Pro, just doesn't understand what all the fuss is about. Well, if it works, it works, Mr. Beekman said. He's the owner of NutriCore Health Products.
There it is.
And he said, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. His customers,
do the customers have an expectation that it will work?
Well, that's what it claims on the label. Trying to shake a dependence on opioids, they can always get their money back. He said, "Well, give them their money back if it doesn't work for them."
That's not the point.
Opiate Detox Pro. The label says opioid addiction ease. And the company's website claims our ingredients are the most effective on the market for treating withdrawal symptoms. Mr. Beekman said, I don't have any scientific evidence to back that up.
Do you have a clinical trial that
No. He says, I haven't conducted any research. And then he said, and that's just not going to happen.
He also has a rock that keeps panthers away.
I said, it's just too expensive to do that kind of research. I'm not going to do that.
Jeez.
Boner candidate number 3. Well, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Okay.
There you go. Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Let's see. We had boner candidate number 1. I thought you were going to guess the car. No, I thought you. Cops arrest robbery suspects after their getaway car runs out of gas. Boner candidate number 2. Sportsmanship is absolutely dead. Seahawks Jaguars game turns really ugly. Fans throwing food at an ejected Seahawks player. He almost gets up into the stands to retaliate. It's just really terrible. And boner candidate number 3, Well, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
All right, so let's do it. It's time to vote. This is round 2. You've got to decide which one of these candidates is the worst and therefore most qualified to go forward to Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day. We'll go up against the winner of round 1. This is round 2. Boner Fight happens at 9:20. All right, here we go. 1, 2, or 3. You decide. Remember the candidate number and put that number in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Okay, that's one way to vote. Or you could call 877-602-9696. Nick is taking your votes in the producer's booth. Or you can go to x96.com and look for the box that says Round 2, December 11. Vote there. But I tell you, you only have 4 minutes to do it, so let's go. It's round 2.
The music starts at 10 with a 1-hour nonstop.
Right. 8:46. Got Geek News on the radio, but first, let's award round 2 of your boner voting.
And round 2 of the boner voting brought to you in part by a martini, well, 2 martinis made with a cocktail shaker, a brand new cocktail shaker that I purchased from our fine sponsor.
Booze Teak?
Yeah.
Accessorize your home bar at Booze Teak. Cocktail shakers, like Bill just said. Jiggers, bitters, and gifts. 315 East Broadway. It's right around the corner from the wine store. That's very handy.
That's what I just bought it to accessorize in my cocktail.
11 to 7 Monday through Saturday. The liquor store doesn't have accessories, but Booze Teak does. Online at boozeteakslc.com.
So boner candidate number 1 was, I thought you were going to gas up the car. Cops arresting robbery suspects after their getaway car runs out of gas. Boner candidate number 2, sportsmanship is absolutely dead. Seahawks game turning ugly as fans of the Jackson Jaguars fans throwing food and beer at a Seahawks player. And boner candidate number 3, well, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. This is a guy who runs a supplement company, a vitamin company. He has one, claims to ease opioid addiction. As the feds start examining it and looking at it, says, well, where's your proof? Well, the proof is if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. People don't like it, they can get their money back. Let's see. Andy won the Booze Teak gift card. And the winner, boner candidate number 3. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
All right. That one is now qualified to go to Boner Dome for Boner Fight. It might be the boner of the day. Boner Fight happens at 9:20.
Geek News on the Radio brought to you by Cabin Fever, satisfying all of your holiday needs since 1982, located at the heart of Trolley Square, 5th South, 7th East. Cabin Fever, so much more than a card store.
All right, there is a brand new episode of GeekShowPodcast.com available now. Name of the episode, don't ask me why, because I don't remember, is Charles Nelson Riley. It needed a name, and that is the name that it got. Charles Nelson Riley. All right, I am seeing the new Star Wars today, so you know. And,
you're rubbing it in our face.
No,
that's what you're
I'm
doing.
just reminding folks that they can tune in tomorrow, and I will give my feelings on it.
It's for work.
And and we're actually giving away tickets to our own screening throughout the next couple of days. Not right now. We'll tell you when, and we'll give you a keyword to text it.
Now, people that I know who have seen it, because there was a big Hollywood screening on Sunday night, have said, avoid the internet for the next few weeks before you see it, because apparently there are people out there who are going to spoil some important, pivotal, shocking stuff. Apparently, the stuff that you see in the trailers is
they're messing with you.
It doesn't give anything away.
Okay.
Doesn't give anything away. Speaking of trailers, that's what you've got to do today. There are a bunch of new trailers that you need to look at. One that I'm really excited about. First of all, this one. We're getting another Ready Player One trailer. Now, the reason that this is interesting is it gives us more footage.
Okay.
Now, the plot of Ready Player One is, the Earth sucks, and
you live in virtual reality.
And so you live in virtual reality, and this giant game. And what's great about this virtual reality game is that you can be somebody from pop culture, or, for example, there's a car race where you can pick your favorite pop culture car. Like the classic Batmobile is there and available. This kid picks the DeLorean from Back to the Future. But one of the reasons that it's...
Except the Oasis.
That you need to see it... Yeah, the Oasis is the game. Is that you get to see more, little pop culture Easter eggs all throughout.
Okay.
So, for example... not only did you see the classic Batmobile, of course, the Back to the Future
the
car,
Oasis for all the things they can do.
but we made a list of some of the ones that we saw. Now, there's a point where the Joker and Harley Quinn walk past you, and we'd seen that before, but we got a better look at them this time. It's the Heath Ledger Joker. that walks past you in this game.
How do they do that?
I don't know.
I saw something about that.
But it looks like the Harley Quinn from the Arkham games.
Easter egg.
So that's an interesting combination.
Okay.
And then there's a Laura Croft, Chun-Li, a Tracer, and a Gundam. There's a Gundam. It's a giant robot.
That's weird. Yeah, I know what they are.
And the best part, and this is for Ed Brass, is Chucky is in there somewhere. The killer doll.
That sounds like a whole lot of royalties they're going to have to be paying
Well,
for
and
all
that's-
that stuff.
I just think it's incredible that they were able to get together and do this, because I mean the last time that anything like this happened with this cross promotional of licensed products was Roger Rabbit. And, and we thought that was crazy. You know,
Yeah.
how did Disney and
Yeah.
Warner Brothers decide on that? Did
Yeah.
it happen? But this is so many different ones coming together. So that's one trailer you need to see. The other one, Gina, come around here. I want you to look at this. Is it's called Alita Battle Angel. Okay. And it's based on a Japanese manga about a robot that's found in a junkyard. Now I want you to look at her eyes there.
Okay.
Okay. See how big they are? Yeah. It's the big anime eyes.
May your dreams bring you peace.
Now this project has been kicking around for about 10 or 15 years now, and nobody's ever been able to crack it. Cameron finally got the rights. James Cameron.
Just body.
And
It's not bad or good.
he
That
just
part's up to you.
That's really creepy.
isn't it? Now she's mostly robot. I think she's part human.
Rude. What am I supposed to know you?
But Cameron said, I don't have time. I'm making all these Avatar sequels. So he handed it to Robert Rodriguez, who will crank it out in 3 days for $6. You know, I mean. But go look at that one.
It looks good.
Yeah, go look at that one. It's interesting. And there's other robots in it as well. And that's coming very soon. So that's a trailer you need to watch.
I, for one, welcome our robot masters.
You better.
Don't. They're going to kill us.
Now, here's the best one that you need to go and see. And look this one up on YouTube. The name of it is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Now, this is an animated Spider-Man movie that we're getting. And the animation style is really fascinating. It's like a combination of an anime type thing, but yet comic booky. And what it is
This morning I woke up in a fortress of distortion. I'm at war with my emotions.
it takes place in another universe where Peter Parker is dead.
Okay.
And Miles Morales steps up to be Spider-Man. But then there are also other Spider-Men. In this universe, just about anybody can wear the mask. But
Okay.
just go look at it. It's very exciting, especially if you're a Spider-Man fan.
Is this a major release?
This will be released in theaters, and you'll get to see it in 1 year.
I have time to get ready.
Yes. But it's very exciting to see Miles Morales in action because he's a fan favorite. And then finally this, San Diego Comic-Con 1.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
Well, here's the thing, is that San Diego claimed that Salt Lake Comic-Con stole the name on purpose to confuse people. They weren't able to prove that in court.
Yeah, the jury didn't buy that.
Yeah.
Who's going to confuse Salt Lake with San Diego? I don't.
Well, that San Diego's claim is that it was happening.
Yeah.
They did research and found that it was like less than 1% were getting them confused, thinking that they were involved. So San Diego was suing Salt Lake for $12 million in damages. And they said, and $9 million of that is going to go to an ad campaign that lets everybody know that we're San Diego Comic-Con and nobody else is.
Right.
The judge, or not the judge, but the jury awarded San Diego Comic-Con only $20,000.
Yeah, they said,
which
they
is
said
less than 1%.
They said you did pick up the name inappropriately. You should not have done that.
But
you did it. You didn't do it maliciously.
How do they get past the dozens of other Comic-Cons that are across the country?
Well,
How
the
do they
rest-
separate that
They
out?
will also now, none of them, unless San Diego says they can,
Yeah. That's the next thing that's going to happen.
Will be able to be Comic-Con.
San Diego is going to come after the other cons.
They're all changing their name right now.
And I, when Ed was here, I should have told him. I said I need to buy the rights to Gun Show, and Boat Show, and so we can make some money.
Home Show,
Get that Home Show. Let's do Home Show while we're at it, and Bridal Fair. How about that? Let's just go in and make some money.
Good idea.
There's also another Jessica Jones trailer that you need to watch that's out there.
Well, there's going to be a third season?
Yes, second season. Very exciting. Sorry.
Second season. You
Oh,
might
really?
be thinking of the Defenders.
Yeah, she was in the Defenders.
Oh. Well, the first season was long.
The first season was wonderful.
All lanes of travel are stopped westbound I-80 at I-215 to move cars from the left side of the freeway to the right. It's where another car rolled into a field. Crash northbound I-15 near 5th West in Bountiful. Freezing fog has put down very slick conditions on the road. Do not drive fast through the fog. It's caused major accidents this morning. Multiple, too many for me to mention, actually. So slow down. That's traffic.
Thank you. People are asking. They're just going to call it FanX instead of Comic-Con.
Which they've already sort of.
Yeah.
Let's see. Does anybody have the rights to the letter X?
We better find out.
Yeah. Shamrock Plumbing doesn't have any of that kind of trouble.
Nope.
They're just Shamrock Plumbing.
.net.
Have been for
long time.
Yeah, we used to have the figure on a piece of copy, and I can't remember.
Long enough to know that you
decades.
can trust them that pretty much anything plumbing wise that's gone wrong in your house they can take care of.
And also water heaters and water softeners. Any size system, any quality, nobody will beat Shamrock's pricing, guaranteed. You call Shamrock Plumbing for pricing before you buy anywhere else. You say, well, hey, listen, I saw this nice water softener at such and such. So how much was it? They'll beat the price, they promise. Shamrock has an entire department dedicated just to that. But then they have their plumbers come to our houses. Yeah. We've all had them.
They'll do the little stuff like unclogging a drain, or the big stuff like if you're building an apartment building.
It's Shamrock Plumbing. Their phone number, 801-295-1690, or you can go to the website shamrockplumbing.net.
This is very important.
X96 is your home for non-stop music. Could give you a 1-hour non-stop music wingding 3 times a day.
Nobody around here has been eating lead paint chips.
At 10 a.m., right after Radio from Hell. At 1 p.m. while you're listening in the workplace. And at 4:30 for your drive home.
If today were the day you were going to court at 8:15, you would not have come to work.
It's true.
You wouldn't have come to work.
That's true.
I would too.
I don't think you would have.
You would have said, I got court. And we'd say, when? And you'd go, I don't know. And that'd be it,
I'm not sure.
You wouldn't come in.
Court sometime.
I got court sometime. I don't know.
On another topic, a totally different topic. Yesterday, we went to lunch at the Lone Star Steakhouse in Sugar House with the staff, and Gina was there with her baby, and I was the little Jonesy, who's almost a year old and just as cute as anything, and I was the only person at the table who made the baby cry.
Well, she's my daughter. She knows you make me cry
Everybody else is going doobie playing with the baby and
Again,
being cute
Gina,
with the baby.
that doesn't work because I didn't make her cry.
That's true.
And I've made you cry.
That's true.
On the radio.
I went and sat down by the baby to just kind of bonding. Hi, it's your Uncle Bill. Cried.
Even Artie Fufkin didn't make her cry.
No, I thought for sure Artie was going to make her cry.
Hello, baby. Hello, baby. Hello, baby. Hello, baby.
He did that for like 10 minutes.
And kept waving his hand.
He said, "Don't eat trans fats or you'll end up looking like me."
Even Artie didn't make the baby cry.
Artie could have picked the baby up and placed the baby in his mouth, and the baby wouldn't have cried. You know, the whole head, and the baby wouldn't have cried.
I think it's your facial hair. Might make you look scary. I'm just guessing.
Was I the only one there with facial hair?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Heather. Just kidding, Heather.
She hasn't experienced a lot of facial hair. Maybe.
I don't know.
And then I brought her over to you later. Like, it's safe with mommy holding you kind of thing.
She
and I
didn't-
gave Bill a hug. See, he's nice.
She didn't cry then, but she was barely holding it.
She had the face.
Barely
She had-
holding it together.
She had the.
You could see she was
face.
just like any second she was just gonna.
It was the face.
We were there for 2 hours, and she was good the whole time we were there. I didn't have to get up and walk around with her once.
Are you surprised?
No, but
Are you bragging?
yes.
Okay. So she's like that all the time. You're just bragging.
Yes.
Yeah. And she didn't do that once, does she usually? Well, no. Well, wow.
She ate all kinds of things for lunch I didn't eat. She had tomatoes. She ate the tomatoes off my salad and my onions.
Did not.
And then, she ate all
She
my
ate-
onions, and then I picked
She
onions.
really ate
oh,
onions?
yeah. Loves onions. Then I said, Carrie, you gonna eat that onion?
Here.
But she doesn't have teeth.
She has 4.
That onion even had blue cheese dressing on it,
Yeah.
Gina, which is something
That's
else
what
that
I'm
you wouldn't
saying.
eat.
Well, now that says a lot to me, and because when I sat down by the baby, and maybe this is why she cried. I went, "Hi, honey. God, your breath stinks." That's why she cried. That's why she cried.
X96.
Then you'll like this. 3 members of Congress resigned this week after allegations.
Well, you'll have to excuse me because I have to use the bathroom.
Do we still have popcorn in the building?
Yeah. Why?
Because we should get rid of it all.
This might be the evidence that we have some. I'm eating it. God, you're a genius. You should be a detective.
Everybody knows you're eating it. Can we get rid of all the popcorn in the building so Bill doesn't eat it on the air anymore?
I'm attempting to get rid of it right now. I'm eating it.
But the fact that you have a small bowl of it tells me there's a bigger bag of it on your desk, and we'll be enjoying this
There
for
are
weeks to
3
come.
big bags of it on my desk.
You know,
and don't worry yourself about it. It's fine.
If you would hurry and eat it, then he wouldn't be able to.
I need to take care of
you need to take some initiative.
She won't touch any of it.
I will.
No, this is Thai curry coconut. She
Yeah,
won't
no,
touch
I
it.
won't eat that one.
And then there's white cheddar pepper.
No, I
she
won't.
won't touch that.
Nope.
And then there's seaweed.
No,
she won't touch that either.
I like the rosemary truffle one.
It's gone.
Yeah, it was the first to go.
Because it's the best.
Because it's the best.
No, it's the only one you'll eat. Does not mean it's the best.
If it's gone, it's the best.
The Thai curry coconut is the best.
Is that what you have?
It's good
there?
too.
Yeah.
So weeks and weeks we'll be enjoying.
No, I'm taking it home today.
Okay, good.
Don't worry about it. I'll take it home.
Okay, good.
And you don't have to call attention to it.
No, I don't, because everybody can tell.
No,
And that's really why he wanted to get off the phone. He has a phobia about hearing people eating.
Oh, they couldn't tell.
They could.
No,
Yes,
they can't
yes,
tell.
they can.
You cannot tell that I'm eating popcorn on the air right now.
No.
There's no way you can tell. I'm a professional and I know how to do it. I am a professional radio personality who knows.
I was going to say,
Now, if it was TV.
Half of that sentence is true.
If it was TV, you could tell because you'd see me doing
I
it.
think Dan Rascone has stories of news anchors eating.
I bet he doesn't.
Listen, I've seen Dan Rascone pick his teeth while doing a news story.
On a live shot?
Yeah. Standing there with a toothpick going, well, tonight's news.
Atropos tweets, I hope that someday I can win a prize and have Bill ask me questions with a mouthful of popcorn.
Listen, these are our friends. You eat popcorn with friends. These are all our friends.
It just is going to make people hungry. That's what it does.
I am hungry now, actually. Talking about all
Well,
this.
the popcorn, there's
Thai curry.
on his desk.
Thai curry coconut.
Guitars?
They're fun, aren't they?
Well, you can hear them anytime you want.
Foo Fighters.
They seem harder and harder to find.
Yeah. And tomorrow, of course. That's why we played that for the potty break.
Foo Fighters at Vivint. You can still get tickets.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But we are not giving those away right now.
What are we giving away?
It is the X Days of Xmas. And
I have the keyword for you.
yes,
I'm awaiting the information.
you shouldn't have to await it. You should have it.
It's there.
We have a $100 Diamonds Direct gift card. And here we go. Let the experts at Diamonds Direct help you find that perfect piece of jewelry for the woman in your life. Get the guaranteed best price and spread your payments over 3 years with zero interest. Merry Christmas from Diamonds Direct, 6400 South, across the street from the Fashion Place Mall. Now, you can enter to win a $100 gift certificate to Diamonds Direct if you go to x96.com, or you can text to win right now. I'll give you a keyword. You'll text that to 33986. The keyword is sparkle.
Okay.
SPARKLE, sparkle. Text that to 33986. It's X Days of Xmas.
Go.
I just have a quick piece of advice for everybody.
Yes.
Don't do what I did last night sometime.
The 2 martinis?
Yeah. Well, and that's, that's not a big problem, but don't do certain things if you have 2 martinis.
okay.
And what I did was, I woke up this morning, I went downstairs, and I got my my tablet, my Samsung Galaxy tablet, and I opened the lid and went to, swipe the screen open and password.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. I put a password protect on it last night.
Don't do that after 2 martinis.
What was the I can't. There's this new gin I saw in the liquor store. I tried.
Blaming the new gin.
It's called Death's Door.
Well, how do you say no to that?
I had to try it.
Yes.
And I can't remember.
You're blaming the new gin.
Now,
maybe it's Death's Door. Maybe you named it after the new gin.
Maybe I did. I don't remember, but maybe.
You should always name it after whatever you're drinking at the time.
That's a good if you're going to be password setting and drinking. You're right, Gina. Maybe
try it.
So
I'd be
I will.
So you still can't get into your pad?
No, I just tried. I tried a couple of my common passwords that I use this morning, but I was in a hurry, and so
because what if you mistyped and it's spelled wrong, and you'll never recreate?
It could be. That could happen. But I just Googled, how can I get into my Samsung tablet if I lost the password? And there are procedures you can take to do it. And I don't know why I thought I'd put a password protect on it. It doesn't matter. It mostly just sits at home, and that's where I use it. And if one of my family members picks it up and wants to use it, that's okay. I don't need a password on it. But geez,
try Death's Door.
I'll be curious to see.
I will.
Or try password 1 2 3 4 5. Try that.
I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have done that. No.
Okay. All right.
Man, it's just irritating. I hope I need to be able to see clearly to do this. So, no.
I mean, you do need to be able to see clearly.
And I do see clearly because I've been to Hoops Vision.
Yes.
Everybody has their own unique reasons for getting LASIK surgery, but I think there's one common reason, and that is wearing glasses kind of sucks sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
So
I always hated having to swap back and forth, from my prescription lenses to my prescription sunglasses, and then the contacts. Don't even get me started on what a pain in the ass those were.
Yeah, but so imagine being able to, shovel the walk without your glasses fogging up, or taking the kids sledding without having your glasses flying off, or LASIK has a lot of benefits. So check out Hoops Vision. Go to hoopsvision.com. You'll find a lot of information there. Make good on a promise to yourself and get your vision improved at Hoops Vision. There's a free LASIK consultation by just calling 877-30-LASIK or visit them online, hoopsvision.com.
X96 invites you to help people experiencing homelessness this holiday season. Tonight, almost 3,000 people, including 800 children, will be safe and warm in the Road Homes emergency shelters or housing programs.
Drop off blankets, coats, boots, hats, and gloves at any Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer and join us on December 20th and 21st as we do our annual broadcast from the Road Home. X96 will broadcast live for 2 days from the Road Home's Salt Lake Community Shelter to raise funds to provide shelter, supportive services, and housing all year long.
Go to x96.com for Rocky Mountain Chevrolet dealership donation locations or make a cash donation. Help Utahns get back on the road to their own home.
More. More is good. Everybody likes more, including your car. Why? Because more has arrived at Chevron. That's right. Now Chevron with Techron has even more cleaning power to clean up deposits left by low-quality gas. And I'm not just talking about Chevron Supreme. Chevron went all out and put more cleaning power in every grade, every gallon. So that's more cleaning power for your car. And cleaning up deposits restores lost gas mileage. And every car loves that. Chevron with Techron. Now with more cleaning power. Care for your car.
You can pick up some flowers for your sweetheart in Highland, Utah. Get a tasty Hawaiian pizza in Highland. Get help with your math homework in Highland. Or hike the hills in Highland. Health insurance through U of U Health Plans gives you access to one of the largest provider networks all over Utah. Whether that's in Honeyville, Holiday, or right here in Highland. U of U Health Plans, more than insurance, this is personal.
Hi, Bill Allred here to talk about Slack. Slack takes the hardest part about all our jobs, communication, and makes it simpler, more pleasant, and more productive. With Slack, you'll have one manageable space in which to gather all the people you need to talk to, all of the projects you need to keep tabs on, and with more than 1,000 apps seamlessly integrating with Slack, all the tools you need to get things done. For companies all over the world, from the very small to the very large, Slack is where work happens. Find out more at slack.com.
So let's pretend your health insurance is no longer available. Gone. Kaput. Out of here. Actually, we don't have to pretend, because it's happened here in Utah, recently, as a matter of fact. And you may be one of those asking, oh, now what? In short, you have a lot of questions, but no answers. If so, the frustration you're feeling is normal. But despair? Nah. no need to feel despair because you have options, and options are cool. To hear what they are, contact your trusted insurance agent or call Select Health. You can also visit selecthealth.org. Either way, answers are right around the corner. Select Health has a team of specialists who can guide you to the solution that's best for you. And you may even qualify for reduced premiums, which is a good thing.
I don't know why. You are very fortunate.
All right, we'll get to Boner Fight here in a moment. But first, a little bit of news.
Little bit of news brought to you by Dr. Volt's Comic Connection. They have everything you're looking for this holiday season, whether it's comic, anime, cards, games, or even action figures. Dr. Volt's located at 2043 East, 33rd South in Salt Lake.
Well, there was an explosion near it's near Times Square at the transit hub, Port Authority. And it caused some disruption of travel, and it caused some minor injuries, I believe. So far, they're saying minor injuries to people. And apparently it was a terror attempt at a terror attack. And I guess it succeeded in a certain way. The guy who detonated the explosive was a pipe bomb. He had it strapped to his body. Now, apparently the explosion was not powerful enough to
kill him.
Or maybe
it sounds like
inept.
a botched attempt.
He was inept. He didn't know what he was doing. But of course, New York will now be on higher alert. Mario Batali, you all know who that is?
Famous
he's
chef.
A chef. He has a restaurant empire. And his restaurants are pretty much well regarded as well.
Yeah.
he has stepped away from his entire empire because of sexual misconduct allegations. 4 women have accused Chef Batali of inappropriate touching in a pattern of behavior that spans at least 20 years. Apparently, he used the old gag of, "Oh, I accidentally spilled wine on your blouse.
There,
Oh, let me help you with that."
I thought that was a joke when I read it. Like, I'm terribly sorry. Oh, what a mess we've caused here.
Let me help you.
Goodness.
Oh, he says,
blot.
One of the women says, and then he just went to town.
Yeah.
I was
there's wine
shocked.
everywhere. Oh, no.
That's sad. Louis C.K.
More?
is going to buy back the rights to his, as Jezebel.com puts it, his creepy film for $5 million. Why is he doing
Yeah,
this?
you should just let that be, Louis C.K.
Well, he's doing that for maybe that specific reason.
Hide it away.
So that okay, nobody gets to see this. I own it. I'm not going to show it.
It's creepy. It will always be creepy.
Yeah, I suspect that's why he's doing it.
It was creepy before the sexual harassment stuff even came out about him, but it's even worse now.
A Disney music executive has been arrested on child sexual abuse charges. Disney. It goes on and on, doesn't it? Been charged with 3 counts of sexual abuse. His name is Jonathan Healy, and he works for Disney Music, online music stuff. Let's see. Well, on a lighter note, there's a North Korean submarine with a missile on it, and apparently Kim Jong-un is saying, "Yeah, we can go underwater and get closer and fire our missile from this submarine." That's good news, isn't it? But you know, everything's okay because here's our president, Donald Trump, with his Twitter as his Excalibur. The president takes on his doubters, powered by long spells of cable news and a dozen Diet Cokes. But if Mr. Trump has yet to bend the presidency to his will, he is at least wrestling it to a draw, says the New York Times. Around 5:30 every morning, President Trump gets up and turns on the TV in the White House master bedroom. He flips to CNN, then moves to Fox and Friends for comfort and messaging ideas. And sometimes he watches MSNBC's morning show because it fires him up for the day.
Why'd you have to make me picture him in the White House master bedroom?
Energized, infuriated, Mr. Trump grabs his iPhone and then he begins tweeting, sometimes propped up on his pillow.
Yeah.
Other times he tweets from the den next door. He watches 4 hours of television a day.
I don't watch 4 hours of television a week, and I'm not the president.
Well, you better get on it.
I really do.
If you want to be president, start watching more TV. I probably watch 5-6 hours of TV a week.
Carrie, what are you doing in there? Being presidential.
You've been in there for hours.
I'm very presidential.
I just thought it was astonishing that he watches that much TV a day. This is from inside people who know his routine.
And I got a Super TiVo. I call it a Super TiVo. That I keep my other when I miss a show, if I have a stupid meeting.
Listen to this quote. Before taking office, Mr. Trump told his aides to think of each presidential day as an episode in a television show in which he vanquishes rivals.
Yeah, I can see that.
People close to him estimate that Mr. Trump spends at least 4 hours a day and sometimes as much as twice as that, for 8 hours a day in front of a television, sometimes with the volume muted, marinating in the no-holds-barred wars of cable news and eager to fire back at them.
I've told you before, I think the worst punishment you could ever give Donald Trump would be to ignore him.
Oh, sure.
The worst thing that could happen to him.
Sure, but you can't.
If he turned on the news and there was not one mention of his name.
I will not be ignored,
Yeah,
Gina.
If he
ignore
tweeted something out and nobody.
But you can't. You couldn't. There's no. I don't know what. I don't know what kind of a fantasy you're trying to spin there. It would never happen.
If you ignore me, I'm going to hold my breath until I am dead, and it will be your fault.
But it's, it is interesting. It is interesting to think that what he is in his mind is he's watching these news stories on TV, and he has his iPhone, and he's tweeting, and he's fighting back. He's trying to vanquish his foes.
Well, they just noticed this morning that he obviously had been watching Morning Joe on MSNBC.
Yeah, there are people that pay attention to that.
Yeah.
What's on the TV versus what he's tweeting.
There was a news story that came out on Friday or Saturday involving him, and he didn't comment about it until Joe talked about it this morning. And then it was like 15 minutes after Joe did the story on it. The fake news, it's not true.
By the way, just quickly before we go to Boner Fight, if you are a news agency and you report a story and there are errors in it, and you quickly retract that story, make a correction, say, I'm sorry we had a bad information, or we apologize for that mistake, here's the real information. That's not fake news.
No.
But that's what he calls fake news.
See, they're lying. They got their facts wrong. It's fake.
Listen to this week's episode of On the Media.
Mm-hmm.
It will infuriate you.
No, then no.
Then, yeah.
Then.
Or I'll wait.
No.
I'll have a couple of glasses of Death's Door.
It's good. It's good. It's really good.
All right.
It's Boner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
This is where you determine who is the boner of the day.
Yep, ain't my job.
Yeah, no. We're just going to give you these two candidates. The winner of round one, which is, people are going to love this. It's about a YouTube guy in the UK. He's on a YouTube channel called TGF Bro, who put his head inside of a microwave oven and then filled it with some sort of cement and almost died.
He's an idiot.
Yeah.
He's a boner is what he is.
That's right. And boner candidate number two, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's the owner of a supplement company and vitamin company who has a supplement called Opioid Detox Pro, supposed to ease the symptoms of coming down from opioid addiction. Well, when he's confronted by the FDA and they said, well, how do you prove this? He said, well, I don't know. You can't prove it. I mean, it's just if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. When it doesn't work for you, I'll give you your money back. That's boner candidate number two.
Oh, boy. All right, you got to decide which one is boner of the day. Which one is the worst? 1 or 2. Put the number of the candidate that you think should win in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. That's our short code. You can also go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Fight December 11 and vote there. If you don't see the box, refresh. It'll appear. Or call 877-602-9696. Easy to get through. Right now, anyway. It is Boner Fight. Which one of these two will be Boner of the Day? You got to decide, and you only have 4 minutes to do it. Let's go.
X96 gives you a 1 hour nonstop music wingding with John Smith right after Radio from Hell.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! We join our elders as they pursue leads given them by Zone Leader Hansen. This episode finds elders Christiansen and Jensen trying to catch up to a rather well-known starship.
Captain, scanners show 2 small one-man craft closing fast.
Captain, they're hailing us.
Analysis, Mr. Spock.
Readings coming in now, sir. 2 single-occupant warp-capable 10-speed bikes.
Spock, enough with the details. Who are they?
There is a 99.7% probability they are LDS missionaries.
Mr. Sulu, go to red alert. Evasive maneuvers. Arm photon torpedoes.
Aye, Captain.
No good, Captain. They're still closing in on us.
Mr. Sulu, ready phasers?
Phasers ready, sir.
Damn it, Tim, don't you think that Starfleet would disapprove of you blasting away at unarmed missionaries?
As much as I hate to agree with the so-called doctor, I believe his logic is sound on this matter.
Don't bite me, you pointy-eared half-breed.
Bones, that's enough. Report, Mr. Sulu.
While you and the others were bickering about our strategy, we were boarded by the missionaries.
Mr. Sulu, where are they now?
Turbo lift number 7 en route to the bridge.
Hi, my name is Elder Christiansen, and this is my companion, Elder Jensen. We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
We're here to ask you if you've ever heard of our church, and if so, would you like to know more?
Spock, what does the computer have on these Mormons?
Fascinating, Captain. Church founded in the 19th century, has grown steadily since, preach a belief system involving an eternal afterlife, and encourage their members to abstain from drugs, including caffeine, gambling, and sex outside of marriage.
Elder Christiansen, is this accurate?
Yep, the pointy-eared half-breed is fairly accurate.
No sex outside of marriage. My God, how barbaric. We wouldn't be able to fill an entire hour of TV time if I didn't stop to have sex with green, large-breasted women with blue hair every week.
It would cause some difficulties for the riders, Captain.
Spock, see if you can sneak around behind them and use the Vulcan nerve pinch on them.
Excuse me, elders, but you seem to have some lint on the shoulders of your dark suits. Let me be of assistance.
Quick, put them on their bikes and beam them into deep space.
Could this be the end of our elders? Would Starfleet really frown upon firing photon torpedoes at missionaries? Why was Dr. McCoy always hanging out on the bridge when he should have been in sickbay? Find out the answers to these and other questions on the next nerve-pinching episode of Space Elders!
Days of Xmas.
Do we want to announce the winner first, or do the?
No, we got to do this.
Okay. Diamonds Direct is the sponsor of X Days of Xmas.
Yeah, well, for today. So all day today, be listening for keywords that you can text in to win a $100 gift certificate to Diamonds Direct. Now, you can also go to x96.com and you can enter to win that same gift certificate there.
And if you're wondering about Diamonds Direct, just go to their store, 6400 South, across from Fashion Place Mall, and you'll see a store that will probably blow you away.
What am I going to spend my $100 on?
It's so nice.
It is nice.
Now, let's see here. I'm looking at the dates. Okay, good. Diamonds Direct is coming to the rescue this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's the first ever Ready to Wrap event. So what's Ready to Wrap? It's all the stuff that particularly women will like earrings, pendants, bands, and bracelets. These are items that fit nicely in the stocking and are guaranteed to be a hit on Christmas morning. Tennis bracelet, diamond tennis bracelet, diamond earrings, sapphires, diamond hoop earrings, classic diamond pendants, which are always lovely, and it's already wrapped up and ready to go. You just buy it, okay?
Nice.
And I believe they're still doing their, interest-free. Yep, Diamonds Direct. There is no pressure. Just go there, get something, and you'll have a great Christmas. 6400 South across from Fashion Place Mall. So, the winner of the Boner Fight. Remember, it's brought to you in part by?
Totally by.
It's brought totally by a nice loaf of bread and a big bowl of clam chowder and 2 Death's Door martinis. So, number 1, people are going to love this. It's a guy who put his head in a microwave and filled it with cement. He had a breathing tube, and it's this kind of cement. I guess it's sort of this liquid stuff. And he filled it, and he was trying to make a mold of his head or something and do a viral video, and he nearly died. And boner candidate number 2, well, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's the guy, the supplement company guy, who said this about his product that's designed to ease opiate addiction. Shelby won a boner t-shirt, and number 1. People are going to love this.
Really?
Wins, yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, twice the votes.
Yeah, it's because it had a video.
Yeah, probably.
People need a visual aid. I have a quick check of traffic courtesy of our attorney.
It is bad out there, isn't it?
Yeah, and this isn't the only thing going on, but I thought I would mention it. Northbound I-15 comes to a dead stop at about 39th South. Traffic is backed up for miles. There's an injury accident backed up beyond 72nd South. So this morning we've had fog, and wherever that fog has happened, the roads have been icy underneath. So that's just one of many incidents, particularly out at the airport. It's especially bad. So if you have a flight you're trying to get to, give yourself even more time than normal to get out there. That's traffic.
Thank you.
You know, it says here Bill has a list.
Yeah.
Well,
I was excited about it.
I know people love lists.
They love them.
But I got you. Yeah, I could make a list of the people who love lists, and
many people?
It'd be really long. But I have a list of lists, so you can decide which one you want to hear.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I just sort of file these away. This one, ranking musicians' post-band solo careers.
Okay.
Then, is that clear?
Yeah.
Then Forbes has released the 20 highest paid actors in Hollywood.
Okay.
I kind of like that one. And then this one's kind of interesting, too. 10 things you should never touch in somebody else's home.
Oh, that's the one I want.
There we go.
I kind of thought that would be the one.
That's the one.
That's the
one. All right. So this is from, I don't know, goodpartsmedia.com, whatever that is.
Oh, that's Mr. Skin.
Yeah. As a guest and as a host, you are 2 totally different people, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want your guest to feel at home. You want to show them where the glasses are, give them full control of the remote if they want, invite them to switch on the ceiling fan if they're warm. Go help yourself to whatever in the fridge if you like.
Mm-hmm.
But there are rules that can be boiled down pretty simply.
Okay.
Now, this is, whoever wrote this says, these are the things that I say I will never touch in someone else's home unless I am invited to, or, I said I'll ask sometimes, or if I'm invited to.
Okay.
Now, he says the fridge.
Yeah, you shouldn't just help
everything that's in it.
yourself unless they've said help yourself to the fridge.
Yeah.
Those words have not been said. You don't just walk over to the fridge.
I guess you could say, I'm kind of hungry. Would you mind if I see if there's anything to eat in the fridge? And usually people would say, yeah, no, sure, go ahead. But you should ask. The thermostat.
Yeah, you never do that.
Never mess with somebody's thermostat unless you ask permission to do it. Their computer.
Of course not.
Without asking? No.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here he says the remote.
Yeah, you don't.
Unless
you don't
it's
just reach for it.
it's handed to you.
Exactly.
Don't mess with it. Pets.
What if the pet approaches me, though?
Says don't ask anyway. Animals are animals, and you don't know their temperaments, and they have places they don't like to be touched. So, I mean, even if the animal approaches you, like when my cat, Mr. Fluffy Pants, when he comes up to people, and he loves to be pet by anybody anytime. But there are certain places that you don't touch because he'll snap at you.
So
So if he walks up to somebody and they start to go pet him, I'll just say, I should tell you, he really likes it being scratched on his head and behind his ears and under his chin. But don't try to, pet his flank and stay away from his tummy, even though he'll flop over on his back.
Makes it look like you.
Makes it look like he wants to be, but no, don't do it. I'm the only one that can do it, and that's because I hold his head.
You will like this.
The stair rail.
Huh?
If the social area and the bathroom are on the home's first level, no need to go upstairs. Unless you're invited. So that's what that means.
That's what. Yeah, because that's.
Don't go wandering around the house.
Yeah.
Now the bed. If you're maybe in a one-room apartment or
Don't
a
sit
studio
on the
apartment, if there's a bed there, and the bed's out in the open, don't sit on it. Don't lie down on it, unless the person says, "You want to lie down," or or there's no place else to sit, and they say, "Oh, yeah, of course you can sit on the bed."
But wait to be.
Yeah.
Come on over.
Yeah.
Sit on my bed.
Here, pat the space next to you. Say, "Come on, right here."
Come on over.
Toiletry products. That probably.
The fact that this list needs to be made.
There are people that aren't guests very often.
Are there people that
I
are
thought
just...
you were going to have things like don't go through the medicine cabinet.
Well,
things
that's the last one on the list. Don't go through the medicine cabinet, which Gina always does.
Well, yeah.
I'm sure. And
That's where all
Carrie
the
always
secrets
does.
are.
Yeah. I have to admit.
If she comes out of the bathroom saying, "Oh, you poor dear," then you know.
I have to admit I have done it on occasion.
Really?
Yes. Looked in someone's medicine cabinet to be snoopy. And Gina has too.
No, I haven't.
Yes. Yes, you have. You have.
I don't remember doing it.
I'm sure you have.
I keep my drugs out. You don't have to go snooping.
And here it says the toilet roll. Now, obviously, if you are using the bathroom, you need to use it. But don't switch it around. Like some people like it rolled, so the paper comes over the top.
Like a waterfall.
Yeah, and some like it that it comes underneath.
The wrong way.
Yeah.
What's wrong if you like it underneath?
It's the wrong way.
Don't do that.
But don't, fine, you have it that way in your house, and I promise I will not switch it around. Okay? So that's...
All right.
I wonder if people really did love that list. I don't...
Well, somebody was confused. I thought this was going to be a top 10 list of germiest things. It never said that.
No, it says...
Said things you shouldn't touch.
Shouldn't touch.
Exactly.
Keep your hands off.
All right. OmahaSteaks.com. Get your own steaks.
Don't touch them.
Don't touch mine.
If you're a guest in somebody's house, send steaks ahead.
Exactly. Then they won't be touching your steaks. This is an incredible deal. It's a great gift. I've given it, and people love it when they get it. And I honestly, I just get it for myself because this is a great deal. It's the family gift pack. For only $49.99, you're going to get all this. Now, there is shipping involved, of course, but for $49.99, here's what you get in the family gift pack. 2 filet mignons, 2 top sirloins, 2 boneless pork chops, 4 boneless chicken breasts, 4 kielbasa sausages, 4 burgers, 4 potatoes au gratin, 4 caramel apple tartlets, 1 Omaha Steak seasoning packet, and because you heard it here on X96, you're going to get 4 additional kielbasa sausages for free. Now, how do you get this 75% savings?
How?
Pretty easy. You go to omahasteaks.com, and there will be a search bar there to search their website. Enter X96 and search their website for us. And it'll take you to the place where you can get this deal for the family gift pack, 75% savings. You're going to love it.
Hi, it's me, Bill Allred, and as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing better than good conversation and good food. So I've put them together with a podcast called The Let's Go Eat Show. We eat good food and we talk to interesting people. Find my podcast at theletsgoeatshow.com.
Thanks a lot for answering our ad.
Look, we've got a lot of other people to interview, so we'll just let you know, okay? Loser.
God, what a bunch of no-loads. I mean, we haven't had one single applicant that I'd even consider hiring. Why are they so bad?
I just think it shows you the quality of people who read the paper.
Yeah.
Losers, all of them.
I don't know. Maybe it's the way the ad is worded. How does it read?
I think I wrote it just the way we talked about. Look, here it is.
Okay.
Oh, listen. We need a new stalker. Do you think you have what it takes? If so, apply in person to Kerry and Bill, the Radio from Hell guys at X96. Previous stalking experience is not required. We will train. X96 is an equal opportunity employer.
That's pretty straightforward. Guess I'm just getting discouraged. I don't think we're ever going to find anybody to replace the old guy.
Well, now, we both agreed that no matter how much we liked him, it would just be stupid of us to wait for him to get out.
Oh, all right.
We're just going to have to keep looking.
Okay. Lori, send in the next applicant, please.
Oh, hello, boys.
Hello, Chunga. Send in the next applicant, will you? We're in a hurry.
No, you don't understand. I am the next applicant.
What? Oh my God, you're serious. You want to stalk us?
We.
You're not impressing us by speaking French.
No, I mean we want to stalk you. All 10 of my personalities, including Tina the lap dancer. Let's look at this logically, boys. I'm already on the payroll. I know your phone numbers and where you live. And I can gut and skin a rabbit in less than 2 minutes. And you guys probably don't know this, but I've seen both of you naked. Lots of times. And, well, I love you.
Hey, that wasn't bad. What do you think, Bill? He's creeping me out.
Well, let's try the phone test.
Okay.
All right, pretend that it's 3 a.m. There's a thunder and lightning storm going on. My phone rings. I pick it up, and it's you, Chunga. What do you say?
Hello, Bill. Want to go to a jazz game?
No! Doesn't work.
No.
Try again. Phone rings. Ring. I pick it up. It's you. What do you say, Chunga?
Bill, it's me, Chunga. Want to go over to Cummings and watch them hand-dip chocolates?
Not even scary. Not scary at all. I'm sorry, Chunga. You just don't have what it takes. Look, send in the next one, would you?
Oh, come on, you guys. I know you don't like all the other stalker candidates. They stink. Besides, there's only one guy left in the lobby, and it's Frank Layton wearing one of his wife's old moo-moos, and his face is smeared with red lipstick.
Red lipstick, huh? Well, send him in.
Mr. Layton, the boys will see you now.
Hello, girls!
Jerry Jackson, Bill Allred, Gina Barberi, Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, 9:50.
Did you see this tweet from Spencer Cox?
About what?
Well, it's about a sad discovery he made in a cemetery. It's pretty funny.
It's a visual.
It is. It says, but I can describe it well. It says, this was a sad discovery in the Spanish Fork cemeteries this morning.
Fork Cemetery.
Yeah. And he found these tombstones. It's a family whose last name is Christmas. And it's all these tombstones with the name Christmas on them.
Here lies Jiminy.
The death of Christmas. Well, one of them was named Mary.
Really?
Merry.
No, don't do that.
Reed Christmas. Rex Hall Christmas. But interesting, Reed Christmas. The death of Christmas. He died on Valentine's Day in 2015, which is kind of odd. But yeah, it's I don't know why Spencer was hanging around the Spanish Fork Cemetery, but there it is. The death.
What are you doing in the Spanish Fork Cemetery, Spencer?
The death of Christmas. See, Gina, I could paint that word picture because that's what we do. Gina goes, Bill, it's a visual.
It's a visual.
Like you're not supposed to do that on the radio. You're only supposed to say words.
Sometimes the visual doesn't translate.
It was just fine. Just fine.
I was over at Mary Claire's yesterday.
Your sainted mother.
My sainted mother. And she said, "Oh, I got you the best gift for Christmas."
What was that?
Oh, let me show you. She's like, I'm worried you might have, I'm worried you might have bought it already. And if you did, then I'll have time to take it back and exchange it. So she goes in the other room and she brings back a box, and she says, "Go ahead and open it." And I opened it. It's a doormat that she had made, and it says Jones Christmas Tree Farm on it. It's like there's a Christmas Tree Farm template, and you can add your name to it. Okay. And I said, okay, number one, no.
That's not what we're going to call it.
Well, no, and I said, and I didn't.
Aren't you going to call it Flying Carpet?
The Flying Carpet Farm.
Yeah.
But I said, you think I would have seen this somewhere and bought it for myself? And she said, well, it might have popped up online and you saw it and you might have bought it for yourself. And I said, number two, why did you show it? Just give it to me for Christmas as a surprise.
And three, is this a gag gift? Is this a white elephant?
So you've given me my Christmas. She said, well, no, here, I'll wrap it up. Give it back.
I'll wrap it up.
But I wanted to make sure you didn't have it.
I will now call upon my superior acting skills on Christmas morning to be surprised.
No, I don't have it. No, I didn't buy it.
I think Gina asked that question because she knows your taste.
It's really cute, and it will be a cute thing to have. But she could have just given it to me at Christmas, and even if by some strange chance I had purchased a personalized Christmas Tree Farm doormat.
Once again, she's not helping with our liberal media elite war on Christmas.
No.
Just even talking about it.
Christmas is already, I don't know why we have to talk about it. Apparently Christmas is already dead and buried in the Spanish Fork Cemetery.
That's right. I thought we won when I heard about this Spencer J. Cox tweet. We won. We defeated it. It's gone.
But now I'll be looking forward to Christmas morning when I know one of the things I will be receiving is a personalized Christmas Tree Farm doormat.
Are you sure? Are you sure that's what you're going to get? Maybe this was a very clever ploy on your mother's part to trick you.
She would have gone to all that trouble, and I'm going to get something else?
What she's done is she has purchased a Christmas tree farm for you in Oregon.
Oh, that's nice.
That's what she's really done.
That's a gift.
This was just the entree gift. Then when she said, well, I know you already know about this, and she throws it down on the floor and says, but you don't know that I bought you a farm.
Ooh, I'm gonna pretend that's happening.
Do you have a slogan for your Christmas tree farm yet?
No, I don't have a slogan.
Can I suggest you'll be finding pine needles in August?
No,
Let's see. What did I
Real
do?
Christmas trees are fun, Carrie.
Oh, okay.
It's so it's going to be called Flying Carpet
Christmas Tree
Christmas
Farm.
Tree Farm.
Mhm.
The Flying Carpet Christmas. Yeah, it's got to be something related to that. Something, yeah.
It's the melding of the
Yeah.
Arab and the Christmas.
1,001 Christmas nights.
Yeah. Alibaba. I don't know. Something like that.
Our elves, all of our workers will have elf turned up shoes. And
You get 3 wishes, and you can't wish for more wishes. But that doesn't
No.
work.
No.
We
all
have
right.
time. We haven't.
A
we don't.
genie couldn't find you a better Christmas tree than
Oh,
this.
maybe
You couldn't wish for a better Christmas
that's
tree.
it.
Yeah,
There
there
it
you
is.
go.
There
you
it
have a
is.
picture of a genie on the sign and a Christmas tree next to him.
And everyone will go, "What's the genie got to do with Christmas? I don't understand. This is stupid. Let's go over to the
No.
other Christmas tree farm."
Let's
All
go
right,
see Robinson's.
here we go. Promo.
Oh, wait, I got to get that ready because I don't know where it is at the moment. Yeah, got it.
On Tuesday's Radio from Hell show,
At 6:45, we'll have an X poll for you. We want to know about your office Christmas party, perhaps Christmas parties in the past, the best stories and the worst Christmas party stories. We want it all.
At 7:45, I will give you my brief, spoiler-free take on Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
8 a.m., Sister Dottie here for some holiday chatter.
And at 9 a.m., it's Tuesday Tunes with John, and another day of X Days of Xmas.
that's all on Tuesday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
Well done as always, Gina.
Alibaba and the 40 trees.
Yeah.
Jolly Jihad trees.
No,
people
no.
Even Muhammad would want a Christmas tree from Flying Carpet. These are all good.
Yeah, that's
our
excellent.
chat room.
Excellent. Even Muhammad would celebrate
if you won't
Christmas.
Go to the Christmas tree.
if he
The
could-
Christmas tree will come to you because we'll deliver, huh?
All right.
I like even Muhammad would celebrate Christmas if he had a tree like this.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Is that good enough?
For me.
It'll have to do. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Blame the new gin.
John Smith is next.
A 1-hour nonstop music wingding starts now. Utah's original alternative, X96.